Alrighty, welcome back to the stream and welcome back once again to some Limbus company, where we're going to be delving into the final dungeon of Chapter 3 in an attempt to unlock the Refraction Railroad here for myself. But first, I'm actually wondering if I should do this, because, like, no, I guess not, because it's focusing specifically on those identities, right? So it probably wouldn't give me, like, well, actually, let's take a look. No, I don't want that. Probabilities. Okay, so Section 6, Director Otis is higher. No. Yeah, okay, so it's specifically those ones. So I'm better off just doing this. This is target extraction for Heathcliff, which I already have, so I don't need that. So I'm better off doing this one to pull. So let's pull. It doesn't look good. I might get, like, all red out of it. Yeah, I got a red. And that was Lou Gregor. One of these days I'll get this. I mean, I'm only 100 off. I could just burn the boxes for it at this point. But enough of that. I've got a canto to get to. I have a canto to get to, and Hell's Chicken is soon. There was an ad thing that they posted on their Twitter a little bit ago. I think they posted yesterday. So I got to get this done before that point. I got more pulls down the lane. So, let's go. I mean, yeah, this seems like a good team. I also went through and I leveled up all my 3 stars, so everybody who has a 3-star identity is now at level 30. And everyone who doesn't is not.
단테, 이번에는 누굴 베어버리면 되는 거야?
Oh, wow, this place is a mess. Okay. The branch facility we entered was not as well preserved as the one we had visited in District 4. It seems N-Corps Inquisitors have been using this place as their base for a while. Various torture devices and bits of flesh and machinery, like those we saw in town, came into my sight. Please stop. It hurts. It hurts so much.
This
one speaks of suffering. It must be a false cry. Pay it no mind.
No, the pain. It's real, I swear.
불순물을 몸에 붙일 때는 아프지 않았는가? 인간이기를 그만두는데 마음이 소리치진 않았는가?
It did not hurt to attach these impurities to your flesh. Did your conscience not scream as you rejected your humanity?
그만. 이자가 참회를 하기엔 이미 늦었다.
Enough. This one is too far gone to repent.
보아라. 눈물도 흘리지 않지 않는가? 거짓 고해라는 것이다.
Does the absence of tears not say enough? This one is only pretending to confess.
아니야. 눈물 흘릴 수 있어. 그러니까 제발.
No, wait. I can shed tears, so I beg you, please.
확인하지 않을 필요까지는 없지 않겠는가?
We can afford to verify, can we not?
물론 거짓 없는 울음은 인간성을 의미할 테니.
Indeed, for genuine effusion of sorrow suggests humanity.
감사합니다. 정말 감사합니다.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
자, 그대의 눈을 들추어 보겠다.
Now we shall lift your eye.
눈물샘마저도 추악한 불순물로 몸에 붙인다고 하니 직접 보지 않으면 신뢰할 수 없다.
Their heretical depravity knows no bounds. They've gone so far as to make vile devices that mimic tear glands. We must see with our own true eyes that this isn't the case.
그대의 눈을 뽑아 그 자리에 살이 들어차 있다면 내보내주도록 하지.
We will let you go if we can confirm that your eye socket is indeed of flesh and blood.
뭐? 안 돼. 안 돼.
What? No, stop! Stop.
이단은 벌레와도 같군.
Your heretics truly are like pests.
홀로 자리하지 않고 끊임없이 대업을 방해하는 것이 아주 흡사하도다.
Never alone, with a habit of constantly obstructing our great task. You are kindred creatures indeed.
Rodria shrugged when I looked back.
왜? 이번엔 나도 한번 나서보고 싶었어.
Well, I wanted to take charge for once. Alright, so now it's time for the dungeon. Oh, cool. I gotta choose between an Abno fight and a regular fight. Now I gotta pick who I want to take with me. Oof. Well, let's go with those ones. Why not? Let's see how this plays out.
늦으면 매피랑 먼저 갈 거야.
직접 나서지.
날 뛰어보라고!
적들이 흔들흔들. 기회 아니야?
전투에 임하겠습니다.
씹는 맛이 있는데?
빈틈 투성이로군. 빈틈 투성이로군. 쓰러졌군.
Oh, lame.
당신이 물러 터져.
Man, that does no damage if you don't get a hit in. Like, it is nothing. If you do get a hit in, it's pretty good. Like, it's honestly incredibly powerful. But if you don't, then it's just nothing.
그새 제법 싸우는 폼이 발전했는데요.
Well, Pete, you've all gotten better at fighting, haven't you? A faint voice calls to us from the corner. Sod was resting against the wall, exhausted. She was covered in bites and gnawings left by the pecatula.
괜찮으세요?
Are you alright?
일어설 수 있으시겠어요?
Can you get up easily? Sod could barely talk, let alone stand on her feet. She slowly began to speak, each word filled with pain.
에피는 어떻게
Effie, how is he?
살아있죠? 밖에서 만났죠?
Alive, yeah, you must have met outside. Everyone is hesitant to answer Sod's desperate question. How could any of us inform her of the morbid state Effie was in and how we had to put him out of his misery?
네, 살아있어요.
Yes, he's doing fine now. Honglu answered quietly. No sinner came forward to elaborate.
잡담은 그만하지.
That's enough chatter.
또 그 이상한 것들이 기어오는 듯하니.
It seems more of those oddities are crawling our way. A swarm of pecatula approached us. It was as though our guilt about lying to her had gained physical form. Which is convenient because I had to go into an Abno fight for this. Too bad I don't have another Blade Lineage or Kurokumo I could use. I've got the Kurokumo for Honglu, but it's not very good. It's a 2-star, and I haven't leveled it at all, so. Let's go with Rabbit.
그대, 이 검이 필요하오.
I enjoy killing things quickly with guns.
하룬, 기다리는 거 못해. 100초만
Oh,
기다려줄게.
right. These are regular fights.
죄를 새겨주겠어.
대성공이야. 가룬 신나. 노래 부를까?
혈이 낭자오.
적들이 흔들흔들 기회
죄를 새겨주겠어.
Wow, what was that roll?
날 뛰어보라고. 씹는 맛이 있는데.
꽤 잘 갈렸고.
Is he? I'm saving up for the other one. The Ting Tang Gang one. You may have dying Sonic the Entrance. There's a machine in this dilapidated room. A long, bulky lever is at the center of the machine adorned with springs. The urge to pull it is growing stronger and stronger. What will you do? Muse the machine! Putting a spontaneous thought into action is as impulsive and Putting a spontaneous thought into action is as impulsive and uninhibited as a child reaching for off-limits marshmallows. When you pull down the lever, a clack follows soon after. The springs begin to turn, some slow, some quick, some clockwise, others counterclockwise. Watching the machine's rumble grow wilder, you feel anxious. 50 chance to get ego gift, failure results in HP and SP damage. The machine stopped at last. Huh, would you look at that? A small wooden chest rose from the floor. You carefully open it to find a bundle of torches. It's not much, but they should give you momentary relief in the dark. You take the torches out of the room. Hey, cool! Next, lead battles with 3 haste. Convenient. Kurokumo's Honglu's second skill hits 4 times they have low bleed, dealing massive damage. Wow, okay. I might level him up then. I mean, I kind of do want to level up all the ones I have, just because, you know, it'd be nice to see what sort of, like, comps I could make from having teams of people. But also, that's a lot of thread. So... I gotta play around with it to see how these people are. Right now, I'm just got my big level 3s maxed out. You see a large gate in the distance. There's something eerie about the pointed fences and stone walls. It looks to be the only way through this area, but it's guarded by a large number of Inquisitors. Is there anything we can do about them? Confront directly. Begin a combat encounter with all 3 waves. Run a lust check, then begin a combat encounter. Pass to reduce the number of waves by 2. Pride check, begin a combat encounter. Pass to buff all allies, reduce the number of waves by 1. Hear ye, for I have a plan! Might as well hear him out. You're not sure it's the best idea exactly, but it might not hurt either. Yeah, that's probably the best one. Oh, come on! Ryoshu made their move. A heretic, throw the nails! They're coming from that direction. Saw a dozen other heretics there. Of course this would happen. No choice but to fight them now.
거지적거려서 그런 거야.
Well. Okay, you gotta fix your mess.
잔태, 이번에는 누굴 베어버리면 되는 거야?
Of course I just don't roll. I had to roll like 1 coin to get that. I had a 75% chance of passing that check.
직접 나서지.
그렇게 무르진 않네.
Alright, this is a 3-wave fight.
아니야.
직접 나서지. 소란이 줄었네요.
Really?
야호. 이기는 편, 우리 편.
직접 나서지. 소란이 줄었네요.
카론, 기다리는 거 못해. 100초만 기다려줄게.
거치적거리지만 마.
See, the nice thing I've realized about quick suppression is that it only uses 2 bullets because most of the attacks are melee.
예측대로.
Come on, 1 health.
당신의 눈 터졌군요.
적들이 흔들흔들. 기회 아냐?
깡참!
1 health.
쓰러졌군. 쓰러졌군. 소란이 줄었네요. 소란이 줄었네요.
Alright, well that's 20 charge, so that's good.
늦으면 메피랑 먼저 갈 거야.
직접 나서지.
날 뛰어보라고! 날 뛰어보라고!
씹는 맛이 있는데?
검을 덜 갈아.
그렇게 무르진 않네.
적들이 흔들흔들. 기회 아냐?
Oh, they're all staggered.
직접 나서지. 쓰러졌군. 소란이 줄었네요. 소란이 줄었네요.
There we go. Problem solved, easy peasy. I heard that familiar yet ominous sound of a nail being dragged across the floor from not too far away.
관리자님, 앞으로는 확인 사살을 기본 전투 계획에 넣는 것이 어떠신지 건의드립니다.
Manager, if I may be forward, I would suggest soon including steps in your combat protocol to confirm that our foes are dead. The thought of his return makes what hair I have stand on end.
이단은 말살되어야 한다.
The heretics must be exterminated.
How long have you been... Guido approaches at a slower gait than before, but his gaze is firmly fixed on me.
그리고 나머지는
And the rest
성화한다.
shall be purified.
I need to rewind the clock. Most of the sinners were either dead or gravely injured. No, they're fine. They're fine. They're actually totally fine. There was no way an effectively non-combatant manager and someone barely holding on to her life could take him.
멈추세요.
Please stop. Just then, Sode pulled out a gun. She pointed the barrel at me.
움직이지 마시길 바랍니다.
I need you to keep still.
그 시계를 돌리는 순간 제 총이 그대로 머리를 꿰뚫어 버릴 거예요.
The moment you try to turn that clock, my gun will blow off your head. Sode?
그렇게 쳐다봐도 저한텐 안 들려요. 하지만 말해드릴게요.
Don't look at me like that. I can't hear you, but I can tell you this.
당신을 없애는데 협조하면 에피는 살려서 보내준다고 했어요.
They promised to let Effie go if I helped to get rid of you.
시간을 지나치게 오래 끌었다.
I let too much time pass. Guido comes to me and grabs me by the neck. Then he grips my head tightly, with his other hand as if to crush it. Creaks, cracks, and rattles ring inside my head. His fingers being inches away from shattering my head terrifies me. Is this it? Is this how I die? Could this have turned out differently if I was a better manager? I remember Heathcliff menacingly asking if there was a way to open up my head so we could see what's inside. Tough luck, Heathcliff. You'll be missing out on a good show. I heard a sound. It was the sound of something breaking. Fortunately for me, It didn't come from my head. Guido staggers. A nail was lodged in his back, and Sinclair was gasping for air behind him. He was nearly unconscious, lying still until moments ago. It's a miracle that he managed to get up and do this. I could escape Guido's grasp thanks to him. But Guido stood firm despite Sinclair's desperate attack. He collected his breath and slowly turned around.
그렇군.
I see.
그들 또한 이단이라는 것이군.
You too are a filthy heretic.
너희들 다 미쳤어. 제정신이 아니야.
You're insane, out of your minds.
지는 자께서 말씀하셨지.
The one who Grip's had once said
그대도 또한 지는 자일 수 있었다고.
that you could have become the one as well.
그러나
What a shame.
지는 방향이 잘못되었군.
You grip with the wrong direction.
Sinclair, run away. I can't help you.
아니요. 이제 안 도망쳐요.
No, I'm not running anymore.
좋은 대답이네요, 싱클레어 씨.
I like that answer, Sinclair. Gunfire filled my ears. But the bullet struck Guido's head.
스스로 멸망에 이르는 자들이여.
You who bring ruination upon yourselves.
망치는 계속해서
The hammer shall
그대들을
continue to
쫓을
pursue you.
것이니.
With those words, Guido fell to the floor, motionless. And in that hush, I heard her handgun drop to the floor. Sod,
에피는 역시
Effie,
죽었죠.
he's dead, isn't he?
당신들은 허술해요. 거짓말을 하려면 좀 그럴듯한 표정이라도
You're all
짓던가요.
terrible liars. At least try to make it somewhat believable.
소드 씨, 얼른 나가자고. 지혈 좀 하고 그러면은 괜찮을 거야.
Come on, Sod, let's get out of here. You'll be okay. Just gotta stop the bleeding and get you patched up.
맞아요. 제가 지혈대를 챙겨.
Right, I'll get a tourniquet.
무슨 말을 하는 거예요? 제대로 움직이기도 힘든데.
Don't be stupid. I can hardly lift a finger.
더군다나 저 신문관들은 계속 올 텐데요. 당신들은 계속 내려가야 하잖아요.
Besides, those Inquisitors will keep on coming, won't they? You guys need to keep moving down.
제가 여길 맡을 겁니다.
I'll hold them off here.
먼저 가세요.
You should go.
어떻게 그래요?
You can't do that!
제대로 움직이기도 힘들다면서요. 그래서는 어떻게 뒤를 맡기겠어요? 네?
You said yourself that you can't hardly lift a finger. I can't let you watch your backs and you're such a mess. Please?
저기 이럴 땐 그냥 고개 끄덕이고 잽싸게 넘어가면 되는 거랍니다.
You know, in moments like this, you're supposed to just nod at me and be on your way.
격 떨어지게 남은 사람 걱정을 왜 하는 거예요?
Why do you care so much about the one who volunteered to stay behind?
그치만
You can't just...
아, 이거 진짜 구질구질한 장면인 거 알아요? 기껏 멋있는 구도가 잡혔잖아요.
You're making this pretty awkward, you know that? Here I thought I could have a cool farewell.
파우스트, 얼른 이 멍청이들 데리고 가줘요.
Faust, please take these absolute dorks out of here.
베르길리우스 씨한테는 안부 전해드리죠.
I'll make sure to give Virgilius your regards.
안부는 무슨.
No need.
인사나 한번 와달라고 해주세요. 무슨 뜻인지 알죠?
Just tell him to come visit and say hello someday. You know what I mean?
네.
Of course. We headed for the next area, leaving Sod to die. We all stayed silent for a long while. A sign. Sinclair's determination to stand up to Cromer after 3 strokes have been drawn. Interesting. A steel door rests on one side of the room. It looks too thick to be easily broken or reached with force. There's gotta be something totally valuable through here if it's guarded. It's this tight. The sinner might be right. The treasure might be waiting behind the door. What should you do? Open it! Sloth or wrath? Wrath. Steel is thick, but it might not be impossible for a sinner to move it ajar. Who'd be the right person to do that? Yeah. Ishmael pushed at the door with all their might. The door shook little by little, but refused to give way. Alright, you've done enough. I tried to get the sinner to stop, but Ishmael kept on pushing, fully focused on the door. After some time, there! The door was opened. A path was hidden behind it. Yeah! New path on the map.
했어요.
Ooh, okay. Forgotten passage into old warehouse.
별일 수 있는 기회겠죠?
늦으면
Oh, these
내가
guys.
먼저 갈 거야.
전투에 임하겠습니다.
Yeah, I'm familiar with these dudes.
날 뛰어보라고.
적들이 흔들흔들. 기회 아니야?
망설임이 없도록.
That may have been a mistake. Was it a mistake? No, it wasn't. Okay, we're fine.
당신이 물려 터졌군요.
쨍그랑 부위가 조각났어. 계속해도 돼. 적들이 흔들흔들. 기회 아니야?
직접 나서지.
흉터의 결과요.
I could feel like if Ishmael had Mind Whip, that would have absolutely just like blasted somebody on my team just then. I could feel it in my bones. Dozens of old broken crates litter the floor. Yeah, cobwebs. Clearing things away, you found 3 particularly large crates buried underneath. These are all locked. Looks like the keyholes have the same shape. Alas, the key is of a soft constitution. It won't be feasible to use it again once it has been inserted into a lock. Sounds like you only get one try. Which one should you open? Defense, tremor attacks, or bleed attacks, I say as I look at my various bleed-dealing characters. Empty. There was nothing inside the crate. All that greeted us were tiny specks of dust and dirt stirred up by the exposure to the outside air. I told you we should have gone with that one. No, in all likelihood it would have been empty too. You walked out of the room, trying to ignore the sinner's complaints. Lame. Wow, I can't believe I got super cheated on that. Unless it was supposed to do that, in which case, kind of weird.
카론, 기다리는 거 못해. 100초만 기다려줄게.
망설임이 없도록.
대성공이야. 카론 신나. 노래 부를까? 적들이 흔들흔들. 기회 아니야?
깡총.
당신이 물려 터졌군요.
씹는 맛이 있는데?
배워냈어요.
역시 모르네.
Victory. Okay, let's head to the torture chamber then. The Encore Inquisitors were busy torturing someone. Ah! A filtered scream fills the cramped room. Their victims are people with prosthetic bodies. Sinclair didn't utter a word, but his eyes full of wrath and fear were fixed on the torturers. He breathed heavily at irregular intervals, his body shaking. He looks like he might charge forth at any second. Do you stop him, or... We may not be vigilant, valiant knights, yet even casting morals aside, we will have to fight them to move on. Do you really mean it? When you explain your plan to Sinclair, he looks back at you with surprise. I thought you would stop me. He spoke anxiously, but he seemed nevertheless happy with the decision. Got it, I'll do it. Sinclair sprinted to where the Inquisitors were alongside the other sinners. Where is Sinclair? Sinclair! As the sinners approached, the Inquisitors cast their victims aside to charge at us. You bastards! Sinclair stood against them at the forefront, but the hammer might be too big for Sinclair's weapon to stop. Oh yeah, he's got this. He's got this, I think. Yeah! After all, this is his fight first and foremost. Rah! Sinclair locked his halberd against the handle of the hammer and parried it to the side. With their leader's attacks thwarted, the Inquisitors were thrown into disarray. We'll be able to keep the flow of the battle in our favor by taking the lead now. A sign earned. Enemies afflicted with 5 attack power down.
그대, 이 검이 필요하오.
카론, 기다리는 거 못해. 100초만 기다려줄게.
죄를 새겨주겠소.
Wow, they have a lot of health.
기다리는 거 못해. 100초만 기다려줄게.
전투에 임하겠습니다.
날 뛰어보라고!
당신은 몰라.
다음번에는 뵐 수 있겠죠?
적들이 흔들흔들. 기회 아니야?
망설임이 없도록.
씹는 맛이 있는데?
소란이 줄었네요.
Easy peasy.
소란이 줄었네요.
Not even a little bit of a problem. Sinclair's determination to stand up to Cromer after 3 strokes have been drawn.
싱싱한 풀이 보이네.
어디서 짐승이 기어다니는 소리 들리지 않아?
You hear beasts crawling around somewhere. There certainly is the sound of something moving along the floor. Oh yeah, these Inquisitors. Right. I don't like fighting these guys, they're annoying.
저것들도 환상체인가?
Are those abnormalities?
자세히 봐요. 환상체가 아니에요. 인장이 박혀 있어요.
Take a closer look. They aren't abnormalities. See that emblem? Ishmael whispered softly to us. Upon closer inspection, I could spot the emblems she mentioned. They were the ones worn by the Inquisitors.
에고 침식 현상이군요.
Ego corruption has wrested them.
그 기분 나쁜 상태를 말하는 건가?
You mean that nauseating state?
전투 중에 멘탈이 흔들릴 때 그랬던 것 같은데 마치 뭔가에 잡아먹히는 것 같다고
I think
할까요?
it happened to me in battle once when I was on the verge of a breakdown. It was like I was being devoured. Yeah, I actually did have that happen. During one of my mirror dungeon runs, where I got just totally screwed on rolls in one of the fights, and lost like all of my party members before the final boss. Sinclair, who's on my team, went into ego corrosion on his own and used the calendar ego that he has and attacked the boss. I didn't win because like I had literally all my characters were just dead at that point. Sinclair was the only one left, and that move killed him. But yeah, it just happened. I've never seen that happen before in the game, but it did. I have no idea how to trigger it again, and I don't think I'd want to because the only trigger seems to be everybody being dead.
우적우적 씹혀 먹히는 것과는 때가 다르지만 본질을 좀 먹어 들어간다는 것을 생각하면 괜찮은 표현이네요.
Oh, okay. So probably everybody else dying did it. Although it's not quite like consumption in the conventional sense, I do suppose that it is a serviceable analogy, seeing as it eats away at your essence. Gotcha.
그리고 이 장소는 아까 층과는 다르게 의체들을 고문만 하는 장소가 아닌 것 같아요.
And an observation, unlike the last floor, this place does not seem to be exclusively for torturing prosthesis users.
스스로 침식을 강행시키는 장소라는 말이 타당하겠군요.
It would be fair to say that its purpose is to induce corrosion unto oneself. Yeah, I don't like these guys. They're annoying to fight. Staring at those beings stumbling about, it evoked complex feelings that made me sigh. Is my artificial head really worth raging over so much so that they would transform themselves into something far more hideous than having a clock for a head? Choosing to lose themselves, being possessed. What about when they claim the golden bow after going to these lengths? Will it even be used for their benefit? Then it occurred to me. Am I really so different from those unsightly zealots? When I'm searching for the golden bows without even knowing what they'll be used for? Yeah, but you're not like slaughtering people en masse for it. Sort of. No, well, actually we totally are. Never mind.
카론, 기다리는 거 못해. 100초만 기다려줄게.
깡총.
Oh, come on. Not right off the bat. Yeah, that's why I don't like these guys. This is pretty much how all my fights with them go. They roll, like, not awful, and I just never get anything. I literally get no good rolls. Look at that.
카론, 기다리는 거 못해.
But, like, I'll go through one of these fights with these guys and just get 0 coin flips that are positive.
깡총.
Oh, come on. I don't know what it is with this fight, but it's always the exact same situation too. Just 0 positive coin flips at all.
깡총.
Come on. And now he's staggered. Great. Oh, come on. Come on! Like, you seeing this shit? Right, but the problem is I'm still losing these clashes constantly. Like, I get the idea, but I can't even clash properly is the problem.
거치적거리지만 마. 이 불 또한 예술의 황홀 경치.
Wow, 1 extra damage. Well, at least he's dead.
적들이 흔들흔들. 기회 아니야?
I don't have enough for that.
깡총.
And it's always these guys that I just never get any good rolls against. Like, I will lose an entire crew of people just because I cannot roll well enough to do anything.
거치적거리지만 마. 검을 덜
Finally.
받았었나?
좋아. 장까지 찢어주마.
역시 모르네.
Yeesh. Like, if I was doing this in the mirror dungeon, there'd be a good 50% chance I would just straight up die on that fight because nobody would be able to roll anything well enough to actually get in there. On the bright side, I healed, so...
단테, 이번에는 누굴 베어버리면 되는 거야?
That's always the problem I have. Just like, oh boy, I just gonna not roll anything for this next fight and then just constantly die and that's it.
거치적거리지만 마.
대성공이야. 칼은 신나. 적들이 흔들흔들.
거치적거리지만 마.
아니야?
쓰러졌고.
내 피가 배고파했어.
배는 맛은 있는 편이
됐다.
좋은데.
그치?
역시 모르네.
What's this odor? The sinners frown at the olfactory assault. Following their eyes, you find an Inquisitor collapsed on the floor. Definitely dead. The smell must be coming from the rotting corpse. While everyone was hesitant to approach, you see something sparkle. It seems to be something amidst the writhing manes. What will you do? Gluttony check, gaining an ego gift. Sinner, easily enticed by trinkets and baubles, would probably be willing to dig through this morbid mess to take the item. On the other hand, someone uninterested in such things will not be happy to do this order. Let's try this one. Yeah! Sinclair found a bent sigil of N-Core between the mains. It might not have been worth reaching into a corpse for, but it has to prove useful somewhere down the line. He took the sigil and left the room, comforting the sinners who were retching at the sight.
단테 실은 망설임이 없군요.
Used in certain events expires on use. There's a lot of events going on, which is pretty cool.
예리한 검으로 하는 예술이 보고 싶었나?
늦으면 매피랑 먼저 갈 거야.
망설임이 없도록.
늦으면 매피랑 먼저 갈 거야.
거치적거리지만 마. 검을 덜 갈았었니?
적들이 흔들흔들. 기회 아니야?
배는 맛은 있는 편이 좋은데. 쓰러졌군.
Okay, now I'm going to go down here to the room of echoing screams. You hear snapping mechanical noises through the closed door. Sounds like a cry for help. As you focus your attention, you begin to hear footsteps. Steel, those are clangs of steel. Sinclair froze. It looks like an Inquisitor is coming for them. What will you do? Free the prosthetic? Or lose it? Free it. I know I can count on you. Sinclair jumped in as soon as you told him what to do. As you expected, a number of prosthetic people were bound by ropes. Get out of here quickly! As soon as he untied them, they hurriedly ran out of the room. The heretics! We were a little late to leave. The Inquisitors shouted as they entered the room. It seems conflict is unavoidable.
싱싱한 풀이 보이네.
I really wish I had N-Core Merceau. I don't have anything for him. I have a bunch of his egos, and that's it. But the egos don't really amount to much unless the identity is also good. I have these guys.
하룬, 기다리는 거 못해. 100초만 기다려줄게.
직접 나서지.
Whew, look at that damage.
부위가 조각났어.
That was almost a one-shot on that dude.
예측대로.
That, on the other hand, was not.
흉터의 결과.
There you go, problem solved.
적들이 흔들흔들. 기회 아니야? 야호. 이기는 편, 우리 편.
망설임이 없도록.
투성이로군.
적들이 흔들흔들.
죄를 새겨주겠어.
아니야?
쓰러졌군.
There we go. Victali. Yeah, I really have no problem fighting most of these guys. It's just that one. Sinclair's return to standard chrome. After 3 strokes have been drawn. Well, 3 strokes have been drawn. We reach the next door. Or the next floor. All around us were torture devices, bits of flesh, gore, and dying townsfolk succumbing to pain. The least bearable of all is the periodic whistling. The passage was red hot. Yeesh, that melted my shoes. The sinners carefully approached the road, only to retreat from the overwhelming heat. Something was written on the sign in front of the passage. Prove your humanity, and through weakness and suppuration, see your path with mobilization. It took no time at all to figure out what that meant. What will you do? Present the N-Core seal! We proved ourselves already, haven't we? The sinner suggested. It reminded you that you bore proof. Right, the seal. Tagging the seal on the sign caused the passage to cool in an instant. We were able to tread without a problem. Yeah! Cool things! Okay, there is a thing here that appears to be the next way down, so let's go here first. You see a pedestal adorned with the engravings of a nail and hammer. Must have something to do with N-Core. Sinner and Marsden, you agree. Should you try and get some info on N-Core, or examine the book? Upon the pedestal was a tome N-Core Inquisitors were often seen carrying. You take this chance to peek out a few pages of it. Ugh. The indecipherable content only gave you a headache. You decide to hold on to it for now and read it later. When using a prize skill, lose 5 SP. Okay. Lose 5 SP, boost damage by 5%. Neat. Why is this, like, all the way over here?
싱싱한 풀이 보이네.
Like, I'm actually very curious why this branch exists. Most of the time, these dungeons have been like, you know, go here, then go here. It's all been like a progression. You basically just have a choice of which fight you want to do on the way. So it's very curious to see that it's like an actual choice.
카론, 기다리는 거 못해. 100초만 기다려줄게.
깡총!
늦으면 메피랑 먼저 갈 거야.
Someone's getting all... Wait, they're all blocking.
거치적거리지만 마. 예측대로. 모든 것을 태우는 것.
Cool.
이번에는 뵐 수 있겠죠?
적들이 흔들흔들. 기회 아니야?
깡총!
쓰러졌고. 배워냈어요.
적들이 흔들흔들. 기회 아니야?
깡총!
씹는 맛이 있는데?
Well, he's out of bullets now, so that's fine, I guess. Mostly. Hello? An event. A passage is written above the large gate. Only those who repent may find motion. Thorn yourself. Atone through flagellation. Looks like it wants us to impale ourselves on spikes. What will you do? Selects identity, lose HP, pass again, ego gift. Someone must step on the spikes and impale their own limbs. Are you kidding me? You had to roll 2! Ishmael still in the spike-laden device. You quietly nod when the sinner looked back with trembling eyes. A terrible scream echoed through the hall. There's no response. When the sinner hadn't suffered enough, made sure to have Ishmael try the ride several times, but the store doors still didn't open.
죄송합니다.
Wow, that's garbage.
깨지겠어요.
That's garbage. That's total horseshit. Like, come on! I couldn't get 2 rolls out of 4?
늦으면 매피랑 먼저 갈 거야.
죄를 새겨주겠어.
날 뛰어보라고.
적들이 흔들흔들. 기회 아니야?
깡총.
빈틈 투성이로.
날 뛰어보라고.
씹는 맛인데?
적들이 흔들흔들. 기회
직접
아니야?
나서지. 쓰러졌군.
I'm actually very tilted by that. That was stupid. I should not have failed that check. Hideously transformed N-Core Inquisitors stood guard at the gate. You moved to attack, but they didn't appear to be hostile in any capacity. Only exceptional ones are allowed in this place. To pass, you will prove yourself worthy. You're not exactly sure what they mean by proving yourself. What should you do? Use violence, gain a sign, begin a difficult combat encounter. Seems violence would be our most straightforward solution. Heretic. The voice spilling out of that shaking jaw must be one of pure hostility. Allow me to help, manager. Sinclair tightened the grip on his weapon, determination burning quietly in his eyes.
예리한 검으로 하는 예술이 보고 싶군요.
Well, I couldn't get the other signs, and I couldn't get that one sign anyway, so point is moot. I wouldn't have been able to, do that thing. Oh yeah, I know this guy. I hate this guy. He's such a pain. Okay, this guy's going at Otis. So we'll take that clash out. This one's also going at Sinclair, so I can't really do anything about that, unfortunately. Yeah, the only way to be able to do it is if I take this one instead off Otis into there, which isn't going to happen, so... everybody just go on this guy.
깡총.
끝이.
Okay, thank God it rolled min. Nice, it's dead.
내 피가 배고파했어.
Okay, this one's going for Sinclair again. So we're going to take Otis and use him there instead. Okay, then this one is going after Ryoshu.
배는 맛은 있는 편이 좋은데.
끝이.
Nice rolls. Astounding.
늦으면 내 피랑 먼저 갈 거야.
Amazing. Okay, dominate there. That one's going after Otis, but we can do this. There, should be good.
소림이 없도록.
예측대로.
There we go, problem solved. Alright, he's in frenzy time. He's not in frenzy. Oh, how about that? Okay,
직접 나서지.
Ah. Alright, it's fine.
다음번에는 뵐 수 있겠죠?
적들이 흔들흔들. 기회 아니야?
깡총.
There we go, not a problem.
역시
Hey! That's the easiest fight I got against this fight to date. Like, that's the easiest time I've ever had against that fight. Okay, well, I got the 3 strokes. You find a row of glass containers in a corner of the main area. Inside them are dried organs and pieces of life showing active movement. A tragic display. The containers can be opened easily. You could take one of the pieces if you want to. What will you do? Provides healing at low health, power-ups at low health, benefits after winning a clash. The slithering tongue attracts your eyes. When you open the container to grab it, it flaps in your palm. You feel as though the tongue is mocking you, so you try to pick another one, but the other containers won't open. It seems that you can take only one. You should take your leave with the item you chose. Yeah! I kind of want to go there just to see what that is.
가보지.
Like, I'm curious what this fight is going to be. Because why would it... It's probably just going to give me an ego gift. It's probably just going to give me the sign for the other thing I needed.
하론, 기다리는 거 못해. 100초만 기다려줄게.
깡총. 날 뛰어보라고.
깨어냈어요.
적들이 흔들흔들. 기회 아니야?
배는 맛은 있는 편이 좋은데.
예측대로 빈틈 투성이로군. 쓰러졌군.
그렇게 무르진 않네.
씹는 맛이 있는데?
Ah. Okay, now the question is, what is... Should I do this? Yeah, why not? I've got most of my party still at good health.
가보지.
Most of my party's fine. Oh, it's these guys. That's not a problem.
늦으면 내필 먼저 갈 거야.
거치적거리지만 마.
늦으면 내피랑 먼저 갈 거야.
직접 나서지.
적들이 흔들흔들. 기회 아니야?
거치적거리지만 마.
So the nice thing about these guys is that they basically don't act if they have some damage on them, so if you clash and win, they're just gonna sit there for like a round and heal pretty much. Which makes it nice and easy to deal with them. Generally speaking.
적들이 흔들흔들.
Unless you fail at the attempt to kill them.
아니야?
배는 맛은 있는 편이 좋은데.
Well, this fight will be a bit of a slog in that case.
쨍그랑 부위가 조각났어. 계속해도
There you go.
그래서 카론이 안전벨트 잘하라고 있잖아.
배는 맛은 있는 편이 좋은데.
날 뛰어보라고.
Oh, he's not dead? Lame.
적들이 흔들흔들. 기회 아니야?
직접 나서지.
There we go, problem
씹는
solved.
맛이 있는데?
There we go.
적들이
And that just leaves
흔들흔들.
this guy.
기회 아니야?
망설임이 없도록.
끝이.
다음번에는 될 수 있겠죠?
적들이 흔들흔들.
직접 나서지.
기회 아니야? 그렇게 무르진 않네. 적들이 흔들흔들. 기회 아니야?
거치적거리지만 마. 쓰러졌고.
Spending one ammo does nothing if I have no ammo, so that move becomes useless. Oh, cool. There's just a fight. That's it. And then we open up this path. An inscription above the closed gate reads, "Prove your terror and fears, fill this vessel with tears." Looking around, you find this supposed vessel next to an unpleasant-looking chair. What will you do? From the right. Whatever, let's do with Sinclair. Hey, succeeded. Sinclair sat on the chair. Dreadful screams filled the room. A constant stream of tears ran down Sinclair's face. Soon the bowl was full of tears. When it was placed on the altar at the door, the altar slid down, opening things up. Ick. Sinclair's eyes were shaking. It's probably best not to ask what they saw. There's a sigil beyond the door. Taking the blue sigil, we left the room.
단테 씨는 망설임이 없군요.
Boost the power of gloom skills by 2. Hey, that's pretty good. Alright, well, I can't do this one. So, just head here.
싱싱한 풀이 보이네.
I'm making good progress here. Oh, that's the guy. Yeah, I know this guy. He's got 3 arms to break. This is the guy who killed me that one time when Sinclair went nuts.
쨍그랑 적들이 흔들흔들. 기회 아니야?
직접 나서지.
적들이 흔들흔들. 기회
망설임이
아니야?
없도록.
적들이
Ooh, this is new.
기회 아니야?
깡총.
Oh, come on, man.
예측대로.
Oh, really? Get wrecked. Bleed. You know, whatever works. I was going to take a bunch of damage in my next turn because of the poison, but you know, it worked. Ah, yes, the Hill of Corpses. Always nice. This is where you can fight Telepole Monster. The giant wolf monster that gives you Telepole or something. I also fought the Headless Ichthyos thing here in the Mirror Dungeon. The area has transformed into endless hills of corpses thanks to the Golden Bow's influence. Inquisitors in the midst of prayer to somebody can be seen.
예리한 검으로 하는 예술이 보고 싶었나?
I see endless mounds of dead bodies. The Inquisitors were raising their arms in unison, as if to worship something. And there Cromer stood at the highest peak. She held out her hands in a prayer-like gesture toward the golden bow atop an altar.
이미 자아심도가 열렸어요. 우리보다 먼저 황금가지와 공명했군요.
The fathoms of the ego are already open. I see someone has resonated with the bow before us.
대체 뭘 하고 있는 거야? 뭘 향해서 손을 뻗고 있는 건데?
The hell are they up to? What are they raising their hands for?
기도.
Prayer.
이건 무슨 소리죠?
What is this sound?
어디서 많이 들어본 소리인데 왜인지 머리가 간지럽고.
She is awfully familiar. Somehow annoyingly tingly and unpleasant.
학교 종소리잖아. 어지간히도 학교가 싫었나 보군.
It's a school bell. Our boy hated school that much, eh? The playful conversation seemed to lighten the mood of the sinners. Save for one. The one who should have been the owner of the fathoms still showed unease.
아니야. 보여주고 싶지 않아요. 제 기억은.
No, I don't want to show my memories. There. Unfortunately, his plea held no power over the realm.
자, 모두 잘 들어.
All right, everyone, listen up.
쥐는 자께서 말하신다.
The one who grips so declares.
쥐는 자께서 말하신다.
The one who grips so declares.
이단들이 우리의 신성한 의식을 방해하는 것도 모자라 봉헌에 마땅할 재물에 눈독을 들이고 있다.
Not only are those heretics disturbing our sacred rite, they're now after the offering that is rightfully ours to consecrate.
불쾌하고도 불순하도다.
Disgraceful and defiled are they.
불쾌하고 불순하도다.
Disgraceful and defiled are they.
가서 죽어라. 그걸 두려워하지 마라.
Go forth and die. Don't feel your end.
황금의 재물만 있다면 너희는 무한히 살아날 테니까.
As long as the offering of gold is with us, you shall be brought back to life again and again.
쥐는 자께서 함께하시니 두려움 없도다.
We shall
not fear not, for the one who grips is with us.
쥐는 자께서 함께하시니 두려움 없도다.
We shall not fear not, for the one who grips is with us.
그리고 싱클레어.
And Sinclair.
이리 와. 어서 내 손에 쥐어야지.
Hurry over. You belong in my hands.
쥐는 자께 부려지는 것은 생애의 으뜸 기쁨일지니.
No greater joy exists than to be wielded by the one who grips.
쥐는 자께 부려지는 것은 생애의 으뜸 기쁨일지니.
No greater joy exists than to be wielded by the one who grips.
나는
I
싱클레어.
Sinclair.
봉천은 가져왔지.
Did you bring the coin?
또래들이 모여 있는 쉬는 시간은 늘 떠들썩하다.
The breaks between classes are always lively since everyone gathers around to talk.
어른들은 때때로 그런 우리를 멀찍이서 바라보며 흐뭇해하고는 했다.
The adults would often watch us from afar and take this as a heartwarming sight.
하지만 어른들은 모를 것이다.
But there's something they don't realize.
조금만 가까이서 보면 떠들썩한 시간이 시샘과 과시, 우월감과 간교 등으로 뒤섞여 있다는 걸.
When you take a closer look, these merry interactions are brimming with envy, vainglory, pride, and guile.
그만큼 아이들은 교묘하다는 걸.
Children are crafty creatures.
옆반의 라훌은 아버지가 직접 양팔 시술을 해주신대. 심지어 아직 제대로 공개한 적도 없는 최신 기술이래지.
I heard Rahul from the next class over is getting surgery on both arms by his father. Gonna be with some new tech that's never been shown before. How cool is that?
잡지에 나온 이 배우 알지? 우리 어머니한테 안구 시술 받기로 했다는 거 내가 말했나? 대기자가 너무 많아서 매니저랑 직접 와서 빌었어.
You know this actor on all the magazine covers? Did I ever mention they're getting an eye transplant at my mom's clinic? The wait list was so long, they're personally begged to be moved up.
한두 마디씩 던지는 친구들의 말에 나는 초조해진다.
I grow more anxious with each boastful story my classmates tell.
너는 뭐 없어? 라면서 쳐다보는 눈동자들은 금방이라도 비웃음과 멸시로 바뀔 것 같았다.
What can I share? Their expecting eyes pointed at me felt like they could turn into scoffing leers at any moment.
이건 비밀인데.
This is a secret, but
침이 꼴딱 넘어간다.
I swallowed nervously.
어쩌면 뭐 없냐는 말은 나를 향한 것이 아닐지도 몰랐다.
Maybe they weren't asking me for a story after all.
하지만 나는 그들의 야릇한 시선에서
But I had to keep their curious eyes on me.
그 순간 내팽개쳐질 것을 뻔하게 알고 있었으니까.
I knew for sure that I'd become an outcast the moment they looked away.
우리 아빠는 피사와 협약을 맺었어. 지금 개발 중인 기술들을 보더니 전폭적으로 지원해주기로 했대.
My dad signed a contract with P-Corps. They saw the technology he was working on and agreed to give their full support.
맙소사. 나는 대체 무슨 생각으로 그 사실을 털어놓았을까?
My goodness, just what was I thinking when I spilled that?
그들의 눈밖에 나지 않으려던 공포에 섣불리 튀어나온 말이 화를 자초했다.
Out of the fear that I'd be isolated from my peers, I carelessly spelled my own ruin. Also, be back. I'm just gotta take this off.
혹은 순간의 치기 어린 허세, 또래들 사이에서 잘 보이고 싶은 저열함이 뒤섞인
Maybe I was compelled by some childish urge, or an inherent desire to be recognized by the other students.
기업 간의 비밀 협약이니 다른 사람들에게는 절대 말해서는 안 된다고 신신당부했던 아버지의 얼굴이 떠올랐다.
Now, Emile, this is a confidential agreement for our business. You mustn't tell another soul. His insistent reminder echoed in my head. I could see his face.
와, 그게 진짜냐, 싱클레어?
Oh, is that for real, Sinclair?
피사면 그 날개 말하는 거야? 와, 완전 부럽다.
P-Corps? Like that wing? Wow, I'm jealous.
대화의 중심은 순식간에 나로 바뀌었다. 주위에서 흥미롭게 쳐다보는 아이들의 시선도 느껴진다.
I became the center of conversation in a split second. I could feel the stimulated eyes of the other kids in class drawn to me. Okay, I gotta know, where's Sinclair from? Okay, I'm not going to look any further, just in case. I mean, I'm almost at the point where I'm out of spoilers, but I'm not going to look just in case.
우쭐함. 그건 꽤 달콤한 맛이었다.
Superiority was pretty damn sweet.
아마도 나는 저열한 허세에 휩싸여서 행동했던 것 같다.
I guess I was driven by a depraved craving for attention.
그러고 보니 싱클레어, 너도 곧 받겠네, 의체 시술?
Alright, Sinclair, your procedure's soon, isn't it? You know, the prosthetics.
당연하지. 제일 최신형으로 해주신다고 했는걸.
Yeah, of course. They told me I'll get the newest model.
저들이 만약 조금이라도 내 표정을 유심히 보았다면
Oh, if they paid just a bit of attention to my face.
맞득잖아하는 내 얼굴을 분명 눈치챘을 것이다.
They'd have noticed the reluctance in my expression.
하지만 다행히도
Fortunately,
그런 것 따위 알아채는
no one
이들은
ever
없었다.
pointed it out.
쉬는 시간이 끝나고 주위에 아무도 남아있지 않았을 때에야 비로소 자책감이 엄습해왔다.
A massive wave of guilt eventually washed over me after our break was over and I was finally left alone.
비밀을 지키라고 했는데 아버지가 아시면 어떡하지?
I was supposed to keep that a secret. What if father finds out?
손톱에서는 어느새 피가 새어나오고 있었다.
Blood was leaking from my fingertip.
불안할 때마다 손톱을 뜯던 버릇이 기어이 화를 불러일으켰던 것이다.
The bad habit of biting my nails whenever I felt anxious ended up hurting me.
나는 그 버릇을 고치기 위해 손톱도 최대한 짧게 잘랐었지만
I tried clipping them as short as I could to work on breaking it.
대신에 살점을 물어뜯게 될 줄은 모르고 있었던 것 같다.
But I never considered that I might bite into my skin instead.
책상에 떨어지는 핏방울을 보면서 그런 생각이 들었다.
Watching blood droplets fall on the desk, I thought of something.
졸업을 하면 의체 시술을 받게 된다.
Once I graduate, I'll get a prosthetic replacement.
그러면 영영 상처날 일도 피를 보게 되는 일도 없다.
And then I'll never get hurt or see my blood ever again.
하지만 그게 정말...
But is that really...
너 피가 나네?
You're bleeding.
경쾌한 휘파람 소리와 함께 책상 위로 조그만 그늘이 진다.
Someone casts a shadow over my desk with a whimsical whistle.
말을 거니는 이름 정도만 겨우 기억할 정도로 교류가 없던 동급생.
She was a classmate I rarely talked to, so I could barely remember her name.
나는 당황스러움에 우스꽝스러운 말투로 더듬으며 대답했다.
Flustered, I stuttered out my response awkwardly.
뭐라고?
What was that?
있잖아. 네가 아까 한 말 진짜야?
Listen, what you said earlier, is it legit?
진짜야.
Yeah, it's legit.
그렇구나. 니네 아버지 진짜로 대단하신가 보다.
I see.
그렇지?
Your father must be a real big deal, isn't he? Yeah, I guess.
그렇지. 예상치 못한 찬사에 나는 부끄러워진다.
Her unexpected flattery has me embarrassed.
아버지의 훌륭함이 꼭 내 미덕이라도 된 것처럼.
As if my father's greatness were somehow my own.
그런데 넌 왜 그런 표정을 지었어?
So why did you make that face?
뭘?
너 말야. 속으로 그렇게 생각했잖아.
You know, you were thinking it to yourself.
그러더니 고개를 숙이고선 내게만 들리듯
Then she lowers her head and whispers for only me to hear.
더럽다고.
That it's filthy.
눈동자가 커진다.
My eyes widen.
속마음을 들켰다는 당황스러움도 있었지만
Not just because I was surprised by how she knew what I was thinking.
애써 숨겼다고 생각한 의중을 어떻게 이런 낯선이가 눈치를 챘는지는 도통 알 길이 없었다.
But the fact that a total stranger like her had been able to figure out exactly what I'd been hiding.
어떻게 알았어?
How did you know?
뻔뻔하게 부정하면 될 일을 나는 바보같이 허를 찔렸다는 표정으로 되물어왔다.
I could have gone away with it if I just denied her accusations, but tactlessly, I asked her that with a dumbfounded look on my face.
왜냐하면 나도 너랑 같은 생각이거든.
Because I agree with you on that.
나랑?
You agree?
통하는 사람끼리 많은 게 보이는 법이지.
You can see a lot from those who are on the same wavelength as you.
반가워. 난 크로머야.
Nice to meet you. I'm Cromer.
그 이후로
Ever since then,
나는 크로머와 종종 이야기를 나누는 사이가 되었다.
Cromer and I became friends who'd talk often. Oh god, I did. That wasn't even the fight.
먼저 갈 거야.
That whole thing was just prologue to the fight.
맛은 있는 편이 좋은데.
적들이 흔들흔들. 기회 아니야?
배는 맛은 있는 편이 좋은데.
예측대로 쓰러졌고. 꽤잘 갈렸고.
You know, I was wondering what the deal with the giant, like, zone of corpses was. I figured it was an ego thing. But I'm glad I know now.
별일 수 있는 기회겠죠? 우리 가족은 매일 아침마다 같이 식사를 해야 하는 규칙이 있었다.
As a household rule, my family used to have breakfast at the same table every morning.
온 가족이 식탁에 둘러앉아 이야기를 공유하고 격려나 농담이 오가는 따뜻한 시간.
It was a pleasant time when our whole family would share stories and encouraging words.
나는 그 시간이 좋았다. 그리고 그 규칙은 내게 한없이 부드럽고
I liked those mornings. That rule was ever so kind and gentle to my heart.
내게는 너무 당연한, 바뀔 리가 없는 나의 세계.
A natural and unchanging world that belonged to me. My world.
그 세계가 슬쩍 위화감을 가지기 시작한 건
That world began to feel alienating one day.
나의 누나까지 의체 시술을 받고 식탁에 자리했던 그날부터였다.
The day when my sister sat at that table after her prosthetic transformation was complete.
아버지의 머리가 양철과 각종 전선, 회로로 이뤄진 낯선 것으로 바뀌었을 때부터 나의 세계는 점점 달라지기 시작했다.
My world had begun to change when my father's head was replaced with an unfamiliar contraption of steel, circuits, and wires.
가족들 간의 식사는 더 이상 따뜻하고 밝은 세계가 아니었다. 그것은 오히려 불편하고 말수가 줄어드는 불편한 경험이 되어 있었다.
Our family breakfast no longer provided warmth and connection. It became an occasion of detachment where I talked less and less.
나는 의체로부터 태생적인 불결함을 느끼기 시작한 것이다.
I'd started to feel an inherent abhorrence for prostheses.
더러워.
It's filthy.
신체를 뼈와 살이 아닌 다른 무언가로 대체해야 한다는 것이 도통 마음으로 받아들여지지가 않았다.
My heart couldn't accept the idea of replacing one's flesh and bones with something else, let alone the need for it.
왜 우리는 의체를 사용하는 걸까?
Why do we use prosthetic bodies?
조심스럽게 이유를 물어보니 돌아오는 대답은 간결했다.
I carefully asked for an explanation, and the reply was simple.
인간의 몸은 고리타분하다는 것이었다.
The human body, in its unmodified state, is too old-fashioned.
먹지 않으면 배고파하고, 자지 않으면 피곤해하고, 다치기라도 하면 회복을 기다려야 하고.
It needs to be sustained with food, revitalized with sleep, lest it should fail from fatigue, and injuries take a long time to heal.
이 모든 것들은 한없이 비효율적이다.
All this makes the human body incredibly inefficient.
그러니 시간이 지날수록 의체를 사용하는 이들의 비율은 늘어갈 것이며, 결과적으로 의체의 일상화는 곧 필연이라고 했다.
He concluded that prostheses will grow more commonplace as time goes on, and ultimately become a regular part of our daily lives.
나는 속으로
I thought to myself,
그럴 거라면 차라리 도태되어 버리는 게 낫지 않을까?
Why
라고 생각했다.
Why don't I just fall behind the times then, if that's what the mainstream will be?
논리 정연하게 그 말에 반박을 할 수는 없었지만.
Though that wasn't an argument rooted in logic.
싱클레어, 의체 시술 받는 거 사실 마음에 안 들지?
Yo, Sinclair, you don't actually want to take the replacement procedure, do you?
나는 조용히 끄덕였다.
I nodded without a word.
하지만 부모님한테 솔직하게 말했다간 그들이 속상해하실 테고.
But your parents sure wouldn't like it if you confessed that.
아무것도 할 수 없는 게 원망스럽지?
Isn't it frustrating that there's nothing you can do about it?
다시 한번
I nod again.
고개를 끄덕인다.
내가 도와줄까? 그런 것 따위 받지 않고 자유롭게 살아가도록.
What if I helped you out? You could live a free life with no worries about any of that junk.
어떻게?
But how?
그건 다음에 말해줄게.
That you'll find out next time.
그 대신
In exchange,
내가 너의 원망을 해소해주듯이 너도 나의 원망을 이뤄줘야 할 거야.
in return for helping you with your problem, you'll help me deal with a grudge of my own, too.
카론, 기다리는 거 못해. 100초만 기다려줄게.
배는 맛은 있는 편이 좋은데.
다음번에는 뵐수
적들이 흔들흔들. 기회 아니야?
직접 나서지.
대성공이야. 카론 신나. 노래 부를까?
직대로 빈틈투성이로군. 쓰러졌군. 꽤 잘 갈렸고.
There we go. Problem is solved. Wow, okay.
싱싱한 풀이 보이네.
어느 날 옆반에 데미안이라는 이름의 전학생이 왔다.
One day, a new transfer student named Demian was placed in the class next to mine.
전학생 주위는 언제나 사람들로 둘러싸여 있었지만
He was surrounded by a crowd every time I saw him.
사실 그는 그 누구도 좋아하지 않는 것만 같다는 생각이 들었다.
But I got the sensation that he didn't feel attached to anyone around him.
내 눈에는 데미안이 그저 공기에 부유하듯 떠 있는 것 같아 보였다.
To me, he seemed as if he were almost floating in the air. He was aloof like that.
마찬가지로 그 또한 내게 별다른 관심이 없어 보였다.
Likewise, he didn't seem too interested in me either.
처음에는 그랬다.
That's how it was at first, at least.
그날은 지루하기 짝이 없는 공학 수업 시간이었다.
It happened during a boring engineering class.
칠판에서 자꾸 시선이 어긋나 결국 나의 눈은 어느새 창문 밖을 향하고 있었다.
My eyes kept drifting away from the board, and before I knew it, they were looking out the window instead.
그 창문 너머에는 산책을 즐기고 있는 그가 보였다.
Through that window, I saw him taking a walk.
그는 언제나 그랬던 것처럼 친구들에게 둘러싸이면서 옅은 웃음을 짓고 있었는데
Like usual, he was surrounded by his fellow students, wearing a faint smile.
그 웃음마저도 또래들과는 다른 성숙하면서도 외로워 보이는 낯선 웃음이었다.
Even his expression felt different from the kind someone his age should make. That smile carried a mature yet solitary aura.
그러다가 그가 햇빛을 받으며 조용히 머리를 넘겼다.
Basking in the sunlight, he stroked his hair.
순간 그의 이마에 무언가 신비롭고
I thought
붉은 것이 반짝이는 것 같았다.
I thought I caught a glimpse of some weird thing on his forehead.
잘못 보았던 걸까? 순간적으로 햇빛이 너무 강렬하게 비쳤던 탓인지도 몰랐다.
Was I mistaken? Maybe it was the blinding sunlight reflecting off his skin.
그러다가
And then
그와 눈이 마주친 것만 같다는 기분이 들었다.
I had the feeling I made eye contact with him.
여전히 창밖에서 아이들의 대화 소리가 들려왔고
Some students were still chatting outside.
나는 그의 시선을 느끼자마자 황급히 책상 아래로 눈을 내리깔았다.
As soon as I felt his gaze, I quickly averted my eyes and looked down at my desk.
그 기묘한 사건 이후로 데미안은 곧잘 친근하게 내게 말을 걸어오기 시작했다.
Ever since that strange incident, Demian started to talk to me in a friendly manner.
신기하게도 데미안이 내게 오는 날이면 크로머는 아는 척을 해오지 않았다.
Oddly enough, on the days when Demian approached me, Cromer didn't come to greet me. Okay, so I did look up Emile Sinclair and I found the book titled Demian. So I guess that's probably where it's going. But that book was like an autobiography, so...
다만 기회가 있을 때마다 내게 다가와서 약속에 대해 잊지 않았는지 재차 확인을 하곤 했다.
Nevertheless, whenever she had a chance to, she'd come and make sure that I remembered our promise.
난 종종 꿈을 꿔, 싱클레어.
I often have this dream, Sinclair.
그 꿈속에서 나는 아주 기다란 사다리를 타고 올라가지. 그러면 땅 전체가 한눈에 들어와. 둥지와 뒷골목, 외곽까지 전부 다.
In it, I climb an endlessly long ladder, then everything down below comes into view. The nest, the back streets, the outskirts, all of it.
그런 다음에 내려다보면 이번엔 온 도시에 불이 꺼져 있어. 모든 것의 종말이 다가온 듯 말이야.
And when I look beneath my feet, all the lights are out in the city, as if the end of all things had come.
어떤 움직임도 보이지 않는 고요한 죽음.
Fallen into silent death, empty of any motion.
맞아. 그건 죽음 그 자체인 거야.
Indeed, it's the state of death itself.
데미안, 넌 외곽에 가본 적이 있는 거야?
Demian, have you been to the outskirts?
나는 두려움에 속삭여 물었다.
I whispered to him, frightened.
외곽은 누구도 가선 안 되는 곳이고 갈 수도 없는 장소였으니까.
He was talking about a forbidden place, where no one could or should go, except for delivery from Ham Ham Pang Pang.
싱클레어, 세상은 사람들이 정한 것처럼 가야 할 곳과 가지 말아야 할 곳으로 나눠지는 것이 아니야.
Sinclair, the world as people want to define it can't be divided into places of where you should and shouldn't go.
너는 이 둥지에 자유와 사랑이 존재한다고 생각하니? 외곽은 오히려 이것보다 풍요로워.
Do you think love and freedom can be found within the confines of this nest? Compared to here, life is much richer in the outskirts. I thought the outskirts was like roving bands of death robots.
나는 오래전부터 생각해오던 것이 있었고 어쩌면 외곽에서 그 답을 찾을 수 있을지 모른다고 생각했거든.
There's something I've been pondering for a long time, and I thought that maybe that's where I could find the answer.
데미안과 이야기할 때면 나는 내 영혼이 조금 더 성숙해지는 것이 느껴졌다.
Whenever I spoke with Damien, I could feel my soul mature a little.
하지만 의체 시술에 대한 나의 두려움이라던가 크로모와의 기묘한 관계라던가 하는 건 대화의 소재로 삼지 않았다.
But I never mentioned my fears about the upcoming prosthetic procedure or my peculiar relationship with Cromer.
그는 나에게 이것저것을 궁금해하긴 했지만 나는 불어 말하지 않았다.
Even though he wanted to know more about me, I was hesitant to share my secrets.
내 안에 은밀한 두려움까지 끄집어내기에는
I was too ashamed to bear my deeply hidden fears before him.
그리고 마침내
And finally,
크로모와의 약속의 날이 다가왔다.
the promised day had come.
싱클레어, 너희 집에 있는 지하실 말이야. 구경시켜줄 수 있어?
Yo, Sinclair, can you show me your basement?
그녀의 말은 너무나도 갑작스레. 그리고도 깃털마치 가볍게 들려와서
Her words struck me out of nowhere, yet they were light as a feather.
떨어진 지우개를 주워달라고 하는 것만큼 당연한 부탁을 하는 것만 같아. 나도 모르게 긍정하려는 것을 간신히 막아야만 했다.
She asked me that as though it were something as simple as picking up an eraser, and I almost caught myself agreeing to it.
우리 집 지하실은 왜?
Why our basement exactly?
내가 우연히 들은 이야기가 맞다면 그곳은 엄청난 곳과 연결되어 있거든. 꼭 확인해봐야 할 게 있어.
If the rumor I just so happened to hear is right, your house is connected to a scandalous place. There's something I've got to check.
하지만 부모님이
But my parents...
좋아하지 않으실 텐데. 그런 말들은 나조차 말해놓고 부끄러워지기에
won't like it.
차마 입 밖으론 꺼내지 못했다.
I couldn't even bring myself to finish this humiliating sentence.
내가 확인만 제대로 할 수 있다면 싱클레어.
If you let me check it out, Sinclair.
저번에 했던 약속 확실하게 지킬 수 있다고 보증할게.
I swear I'll keep that promise with you, cross my heart.
지하실 열쇠를 몰래 가져와주면 길 안내는 내가 할 수 있으니까.
Just sneak me the basement key and I can navigate just fine.
그녀의 말에 숨어있는 기시감을 끝끝내 찾아내지 못한 나는 천천히 고개를 끄덕였고
Unable to detect the faint familiar feeling hidden in her words, I slowly nodded.
그렇게 악의 세계가 우리 집 한가운데에서 시작되었다.
Thus, the world of evil began there, right in the middle of our house. Gotta go through all that for this fight?
100초만 기다려줄게.
검을 덜 갈았었나?
적들이 흔들흔들. 기회 아니야?
직접 나서지. 쓰러졌고. 꽤 잘 갈려.
대성공이야. 가름 신나. 노래 부를까?
Oh, it's a two-way fight.
가름,
Okay.
기다리는 거 못해. 100초만 기다려줄게.
깡총.
예측대로군. 빈틈투성이로군.
다음번에는 뵐 수 있겠죠?
적들이 흔들흔들.
거치적거리지만
기회
마.
아니야?
쓰러졌고.
There we go. Problem solved. I got rid of all the weird monsters. Okay, so I've got probably another 3 encounters, I guess. It's hard to tell.
별일 수 있는 기회겠죠? 부모님의 눈을 피해 지하실 열쇠를 몰래 훔친 후 나는 약속했던 대로 크로머와 만나 지하실로 내려갔다.
After stealing the key without my parents noticing, I took Cromer to the basement of my estate as I had promised.
크로머가 안내한 곳은 지하실 속 좁은 환풍구였다.
From there, she led me to a dirty air vent.
환풍구를 한참 기어가자 어둡고 매캐한 냄새가 가까워지고 쥐들이 돌아다니는 것 같은 소리가 났다.
Crawling in the unlit vent for a while, a dank, grimy odor and the sounds of small critters scuttling about assaulted my senses.
옷은 점점 더러워지고 있었고 목은 말라오며 집에 돌아가고 싶다는 생각이 간절해져만 갔다.
My clothes were stained with filth, my throat was parched, and I was overcome with the desire to go back.
그때 여태까지와는 다른 냄새가 주변을 감싸고 있다는 사실을 눈치챘다.
That's why I noticed that the smell my nose picked up had just changed from the stench so far.
너도 느껴지지?
Can you feel it?
크로머가 속삭이는 소리가 들려왔다.
Cromer whispered to me.
앞에 뭔가 있는 거야.
There's something up ahead.
만약 돌아가야 할 마지막 기회가 남아있다면 지금일지도 몰랐다.
This might have been the last chance I had to turn back.
지금이라도 그녀를 만류하고 온갖 달콤한 회유를 끼얹으며 다음을 기약하는 게 나았을지도 몰랐다.
It might have been better to dissuade her with all kinds of sweet placations to leave and come back later.
그녀에게 그따위 사탕 발림이 통하지 않을 거라는 것을 알면서도
Even if I knew that empty flattery wouldn't work on her.
하지만 나는 갑자기 사악한 호기심이 들기 시작했다.
But before I could try, a vile curiosity came over me.
처음으로 악당들과 같은 세계 속으로 걸어가고 있다는 느낌이 들었다.
I was entering a world where villains belonged for the first time.
왜였을까?
And for some reason,
나는 돌아가는 것을 포기했다.
I gave up turning back.
그게 마지막 기회라는 것을 어렴풋하지만 확실하게
all
알고 있었으면서
while knowing in my heart that I was squandering my last chance.
그 광경은 정말이지 두 번 다시는 보기 힘들 정도로 끔찍한 장면이었다.
Oh, the loathsome sight I had to witness. It was something I couldn't think to behold twice.
이걸 단순히 괴물이라고 표현할 수 있을까?
Could monstrosity be an apt description for what I saw?
그러기에는 지성이 있는 것처럼 보였고 인간이라고 하기에는 어딘가 단단히 잘못된 듯이 보였다.
It seemed too sentient for that, yet it also seemed decidedly wrong to say that it was even remotely human.
두려움에 몸부림치며 나는 이 세계에 발을 들인 것을 후회하기 시작했다.
Shuddering in fear, I started to regret stepping into this world.
왜 기회를 걷어차고 나서야 다시금 기회가 올 수 없을지 기원하는 꼴불견 같은 짓을 하는 걸까?
Sinclair, you idiot, look at yourself, hoping like some miracle to get another chance right after you've wasted it. Yeah, that was the fun fact. Also, I just want to point out, I like how Cromer's expression here is just like, I'm into that.
그런 후회와 함께 이건 아마 죽을 때까지 잊을 수 없는 장면이 될 거라는 확신이 뇌리를 파고 들어왔다.
Along with my regret, I had the feeling that I'd never forget what I saw that day until the moment I died. Oh, that's true. They do have the vents in the containment rooms in Lobotomy Core.
크로머, 나는 돌아가야겠어.
Cromer, I've got to go back.
하지만 크로머는 달랐다.
On the other hand, Cromer was enraptured.
그녀는 아주 황홀한 일생에 대단한 무언가를 마주한 사람처럼 하염없이 그 풍경을 보며 취해 있었다.
She was mesmerized by the scene, watching intently as though she had made a discovery of a lifetime.
어떤 말도 들리지 않는 것처럼 보이는 크로머를 두고 나는 뒤로 기어갔다.
Leaving Cromer all enamored to herself, I crawled backward for the exit.
왜 우리 집 근처에 그런 끔찍한 곳이 연결되어 있는 걸까?
Why is my basement connected to such a hard place?
왜 크로머는 이 사실을 알고 있는 걸까?
How did Cromer know this?
왜 크로머는 두려워하지 않는 걸까?
Why isn't she scared either?
뒤에서 바람을 타고 크로머의 오싹한 휘파람 소리가 들리는 것만 같았다.
I could almost hear Cromer's spine-chilling whistles with the wind blowing from behind.
다음날 크로머는 아무렇지 않게 학교에 나왔다.
The very next day, Cromer came to school as if nothing had happened.
싱클레어, 내게 귀중한 것을 보여줘서 정말 고마워.
Sinclair, thank you so much more for showing me precious things.
이건 내 보답이야.
Take these as my thanks.
그러더니 그녀는 정체 모를 동전 2개를 내 손에 쥐어주었다.
She handed 2 mysterious coins to me.
항상 가지고 있도록 해. 알았지?
Always keep them at your side, got it?
고개를 끄덕이지 않을 수는 없었다.
All I could do was nod.
그 후 매일 밤 환풍구 너머의 그 풍경은 악몽처럼 나를 괴롭혀댔고
Since then, the things I saw in that vent constantly haunted my mind.
나는 자연스레 크로머를 피하게 되었다.
And I began to consciously avoid Cromer.
그녀를 바라보는 것만으로도 두려움과 기시감에 절여져 떨어들 내가 그려졌다.
I could picture myself voluntarily trembling in terror just by looking at her.
그러나 아직 크로머에게는 받아내야 할 것이 있었다.
But there was something I needed to take back from her.
지하실 열쇠.
The basement key.
만약 부모님이 우연이라도 열쇠 정리를 하는 날엔 금방 들통이 날지도 모르는 일이었다.
My parents could find out at any moment. 1 minute of sorting the keys is all it would take.
나는 따뜻한 세계에 계시는 부모님을 처음으로 배신했고
For the first time, I betrayed my parents living in a world of warmth.
더 이상 그들의 세계와는 같은 곳에 있지 않다는 것을 확정당하는 것이 싫어.
I was afraid that my deviation from their world would end up becoming an irrefutable fact.
크로머, 이제 돌려주지 않을래?
Cromer, won't you give it back now?
뭘 말이야?
Give back what?
지하실
The basement
열쇠.
key.
용기를 쥐어짜낸 어느 날
I mustered the courage to ask one day.
크로머는 예상치 못한 말을 들었다는 웃음을 터뜨려댔고 겁에 질린 나는 뒤로 천천히 물러섰다.
Cromer burst into laughter as though she didn't expect this from me. Intimidated, I slowly stepped back.
무슨 말을 하려고 그렇게 쩔쩔매나 했더니.
Oh, and here I was wondering what you were struggling so hard to say.
좋아, 돌려줄게. 싱클레어, 열쇠는 이제 우리한테 필요 없거든.
Fine, you can have it, Sinclair. We don't need the key anymore.
그리고 말이야.
And besides,
네 원망은 틀림없이 이루어질 거야, 싱클레어. 의치 시술을 받지 않고 싶다는 거 말이야.
yeah, right? Well, in fairness, she did get also the joke chapter, so... Let's see who the next one is. I bet it's going to be Hong Lu, and his story is going to be I was rich. You know, just to get that little little split there going. Well, I mean, Sinclair's also rich, but you know what I mean. Your grudge will most certainly bear fruit, Sinclair. You didn't want to get your procedure, right?
약속 기억하지? 너는 내 원망을 이뤄줬거든. 그 보답이야.
You remember our promise? You fulfilled my grudge, so it's only fair that I pay you back. I don't know, I feel like if it's that much serious stuff, it's gonna be a bit heavy. Like, a bit much. There's probably gonna be 26 of these things after all. There's a whole alphabet to go through.
열쇠를 받았다는 안도감에 사로잡혀 크로머가 무슨 이야기를 하는지 정확히 알아차리지 못했던 내 무지함을 저주한다.
I was too absorbed in the relief of getting my key back to realize what Cromer was really talking about, and I cursed my ignorance for it. Yeah, I mean, I guess if they go to like a different nest each time, or a different zone each time, even with the 0.5s, then sure, but I got the feeling it's probably going to be like funny, serious, all the way through, and then if they have a 0.5, it's going to be like a complete nonsense thing like Hell's Chicken. Because I doubt Hell's Chicken is going to be in any way like an actual event. It's just going to be some random thing. Yeah, well, we'll see.
크로머가 말하는 우리가 누구였는지.
We'll see. About what Cromer's we really meant.
왜 이제는 필요 없다고 한 건지. 내 원망을 어떤 식으로 이뤄주겠다는 소리인지.
About why she said it's not needed anymore, and how she was going to fulfill my grudge.
단 한마디도 묻지 않았던 내 어리석음을.
I didn't think to question a single thing, and for that,
후회하고 저주한다.
I regret my inaction. I curse my foolishness. I mean, we'll see. We'll have to see. Alright, it's a fight.
늦으면 내피랑 먼저 갈 거야.
배는 맛은 있는 편이 좋은데.
날 뛰어보라고.
Shh, look at that damage.
검을 덜 갈았었나?
적들이 흔들흔들. 기회 아니야?
직접 나서지. 쓰러졌군. 배워냈어요.
적들이 흔들흔들. 기회 아니야?
쓰러졌군. 예측대로 쓰러졌군.
God, that... I'm so happy I got Rabbit Heathcliff. That is damage. The guy's not even weak to pierce. He just, like, completely chunks through him.
빨리 시작하시죠.
Oh,
결국
we're in...
크로마한테 열쇠를 넘겼어.
So you mean, like, a K-Core in... Like, actually in K-Core itself, as opposed to just in a K-Core adjacent area? That'd be interesting. I feel like they're probably going to save an actual, like, core building for later, though. So you ended up giving Cromer the key.
어떻게 알았어?
How do you know that?
데미안은 말을 하지 않은 것까지도 모두 알아채는 능력이 있었다.
Damian had this ability to get a grip on things I'd never mentioned to him. Is he the one who grips?
언젠가 그에 관해 물어보았더니 사람을 자세히 관찰해보면 알게 될 일이라고만 말했을 뿐 더 이상 자세히는 말해주지 않았다.
When I asked him about it, he just said it's something you learn by carefully observing others and didn't elaborate further.
싱클레어, 앞으로 더욱 힘들고 괴로운 일들이 널 연달아서 덮쳐올지도 몰라.
Sinclair, a series of much more painful events may await you in the future.
하지만 포기해선 안 돼.
But you mustn't give up.
그 고통이 널 더욱 아름답게 성장시켜줄 거니까.
That pain will foster your growth into a beautiful being.
제 아무리 어려운 말도 데미안의 입을 그치면 모두 그럴듯해지고마는 그에게는 그런 신비한 힘이 있었다.
No matter how complicated and perplexing those statements seemed, Demian's mystic charm made them all sound convincing.
그의 말을 들으면 나는 꼭 성장할 수 있을 것 같았다. 그럴 가치가 있는 존재가 될 수 있을 것 같았다.
Listening to his speech gave me the hope that I could really grow. I was hopeful that I could become a worthy being.
하지만 잘은 이해가 안 돼. 데미안.
Yeah, but I don't really get it though, Damian.
네가 알아내. 그런 다음에 나에게 답을 말해줘.
It's up to you to find out. Make sure to tell me your answer when you do.
말투는 부드러웠고 눈은 웃고 있었음에도 어째서인지 그래야만 할 것 같다는 생각이 들었다.
His voice was soft and his eyes imparted pleasantness, but I still felt compelled to do as he said.
그 눈동자에는 분명 특별한 힘이 있는 게 분명했다.
His eyes must have held some kind of power.
눈만 마주치면 힘이 풀리고 무력해지는 특별한 힘.
disarming those who make eye contact with him, sapping them of mental strength.
하지만
But
그렇다면 왜 일말의 언급조차 해주지
if that's the
않았는지
case, why didn't he warn me?
나는 지금까지도 궁금해지곤 한다.
It's something I still ask myself to this day. Because he just said you gotta go through the pain. Oh, it's these guys.
매피랑 먼저 갈 거야.
Okay, this one's going on here.
전투에 임하겠습니다.
다음번에는
Nice.
뵐수 있겠죠?
적들이 흔들흔들.
Okay, it's all frenzied up.
기회 아니야?
It's going here. Chino, just to be on the safe side, you go there as well.
직접 나서지. 예측대로.
Just to make sure it dies.
매피가 배고파 했어. 잘 됐다.
Okay, so at the end of this turn, it's going to aggressive up.
깡총.
Oh, really?
카론, 기다리는 거 못.
Okay, now he's in anger mode, which is cool.
전투에 임하겠습니다.
Get wrecked, nerd!
적들이 흔들흔들. 기회 아니야?
Wait, no, 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 don't do that.
직접 나서지.
That's a good way to kill my party.
씹는 맛이 있는데?
I knew that was going to happen. I was like, oh, I wonder if I should probably check Ishmael. Oh, yes, yes, I should have checked Ishmael. Ah, I see. We're working the way up towards the Hill of Corpses. Ah, I get it. This is a lengthy one.
벼릴 수 있는 기회겠죠?
This is lengthy. This whole section I feel like is taking longer than the
그날은
previous two.
크리스마스 이브로 온 마을에 종소리와 기쁨으로 가득 차 있을 때였다.
It was Christmas Eve and the whole town was filled with jingles and joy.
성야의 가호 아래에 나는 돌아가서 가족들에게 나름의 고해를 해볼 생각이었다.
Under the blessing of the holy night, I was planning to confess my sin to my family.
지하실 열쇠를 훔친 바보 같은 실수를 저질렀지만 나는 다시 모범적인 아들로 돌아갈 것이라고.
I wanted to tell them that I made the foolish mistake of stealing the basement key, and then I'd go back to being a good son.
그 시간 동안 나는 너무도 괴롭고 끔찍했다고. 내가 속한 세계가 얼마나 평화롭고 만족스러웠는지 절실히 깨달았다고.
That the short time I spent away from the right path was agonizing. That I learned how peaceful and fulfilling the world I'd been living in truly was.
그러면 가족들은 처음엔 잠깐 놀라겠지만 이내 날 그 낙원의 공간으로 받아들여 줄 것이다.
My family might be surprised at first, but I was sure they'd welcome me back into their paradise.
분명 그랬을 것이다.
That was how it should have been.
하지만
However,
원래 같았다면 정문 앞에 설 때부터 나를 반겨줄 로봇 강아지의 소리가 들렸어야 했지만 집은 고요한 밤 아래에 둘러싸여 있을 뿐이었고.
I was supposed to hear a robot dog greet me when I stood at the gate, but my home was covered in silence and darkness.
뒤이어 내가 마주한 건 멸망에 뒤집혀버린 낙원이었다.
When I walked inside, I was confronted with a fallen paradise. Sinclair, run!
누군가가 아버지의 머리를 내리친다.
Someone smashes my father's head.
녹슨 은색의 갑주를 입고 있는 괴상한 인물이다.
It's a disturbing individual wearing rusty silver armor.
인간되지 아니한 것들이 인간성을 흠모하여 거짓 감정을 남발하다니.
How unsightly of these non-humans to still admire humanity and display false emotion.
내버려둬 기도. 불순물들 특유의 생존 본능이야.
Let those impure things be, Guido. It's their survival instinct kicking in.
아니, 전기가 끊기는 것을 두려워할 뿐이라고 하는 게 맞나?
Or should I say they're scared of shutting down?
기계 파편과 피, 살점들이 공중에 튀었다가 다시 바닥으로 떨어진다.
Pieces of metal, blood, flesh and blood flying to the air before hitting the floor.
싱클레어, 너 왔구나.
Sinclair, you're here.
피와 살점이 묻은 망치를 든 채로 크로머가 다가온다.
Cromer approaches, carrying a hammer stained with blood and flesh.
아, 이거 말이야?
Oh, this thing?
난 옛날부터 저런 더러운 놈들이랑 조금만 엮여도 불결해서 참을 수가 없었거든.
Ever since I was little, I couldn't stand being involved with filthy affronts to humanity like these.
왜냐하면 나는 사람을 사랑하는 파괴주의자니까.
Because I'm a humanitarian who loves all things human.
그런데 그런 불순한 새끼들의 자식이기까지 하면
Now imagine how it feels to face the son of a pack of those affronts to humanity.
내가 널 어떻게 해야 할까, 싱클레어?
Just what should I do with you, Sinclair?
나의 다리는 힘이 풀린 지 오래다.
My legs have long given up.
입도 마찬가지다. 온몸의 모든 요소가 자기 멋대로 움직이는 것만 같았다.
My mouth couldn't move. It was as if my whole body refused to cooperate.
눈앞에 크로머의 발이 보였다. 차마 고개를 들 수도 없었다. 그렇게 가까워져서야 두려운지 눈이 질끈 감겼다.
I saw Cromer standing right before me. I couldn't dare look up. Terror kicked in with the realization that she was so close to me, and my eyes shut themselves tight.
아버지와 어머니와 누나를 으깬 살점이 남아있는 저 망치가 나를 향해 다가올 거란 생각을 하니 견딜 수 없을 정도로 두려웠다.
The thought that the same hammer that crushed my father, mother, and sister would now come for me was unbearable.
하지만 아무런 기적도 없다.
But nothing happened.
의아해진 나는 조심스럽게 눈을 떠서
Confused, I
고개를 들었다.
carefully opened my eyes and lifted my head.
크로머는 나를 바라보고 있었다.
Cromer was watching me.
언젠가 내가 책상에 앉아있을 때 자신의 이름을 알려주며 말을 걸어왔을 때처럼 완벽한 미소를 지으며
making a perfect smile just like the one she'd made when she first came to my desk and told me her name.
하지만 너는 내 영웅이야, 싱클레어.
Well, you are my hero, Sinclair.
그러더니 내 교복 셔츠 주머니에 손을 넣어 동전 하나를 꺼내간다.
She then reaches into the pocket on my school shirt and takes out a coin.
나에게 쥐어준 두잎의 동전이다.
It's one of the two she handed me the other day.
앞으로 무엇이든 의심하고 불안해하고 끊임없이 나를 떠올리면서 겁에 질린 채 살아.
From now on, you'll doubt everything, be anxious of everything, and live in ever constant terror as your memories of me haunt you.
그러다가 때가 되면 내가 널 부를 거야.
And when the time comes, I will call for you, using this coin in a pay booth, because those still exist in the city.
어이, 이 아이를 안전한 곳으로 옮겨. 누구라도 손대면 내가 가만두지 않겠어.
Hey, someone take this kid to safety. Lay a finger on him and I'll make you regret it.
엄습하는 이명과 구둣발 소리 그리고 어지러움 속에서
Amidst the piercing noise, storms of heavy footsteps and disorientation,
나는 그대로 기절했다.
I lost consciousness.
늦으면 내피랑 먼저 갈 거야.
Okay, yeah, so it's all from the book Damien. Oh, it's two-wave.
거치적거리지만 마. 끝이.
Come on, man.
날 뛰어보라고.
적들이
I wonder, what does Slayer do?
기회.
Oh, last coin in the chain deals plus 20% damage.
망설임이 없도록.
예측대로. 쓰러졌고. 쓰러졌는
맛이 있는데?
Alright, next round.
늦으면 내피랑 먼저 갈 거야.
깡창. 날 뛰어보라고.
God, that damage.
적들이 흔들흔들. 기회 아니야?
Wait, are you serious?
거치적거리지만 마.
Wow, I'm glad I caught that. That would have been real bad otherwise.
적들이 흔들흔들. 기회 아니야?
깡창.
예측대로. 쓰러졌고.
다음번에는 뵐 수 있겠죠?
꽤 잘 갈렸고.
씹는 맛이 있는데?
There we go. Nice and easy. Job done. Okay, I'll be back in a moment to finish this off. I just gotta... Okay. On to the next fight. Jeez, a lot.
별일 수 있는 기회겠죠? 정신을 차리니 햇빛으로 잔뜩 달궈져 뜨거워진 한낮의 골목길 한가운데였다.
When I came to my senses, I found myself in an alleyway at midday, heated by the sun.
난 그곳에서 멍하니 누워 있었다.
I stayed there on the ground, dazed and confused.
길가 곳곳에 아지랑이가 피어오르는 것이 보였다.
I could see a haze rise from the surface.
싱클레어, 네 세계에 금이 갔구나.
Sinclair, a crack has been made in your world.
내가 데미안을 벗을 때 종종 느꼈던 위화감의 정체를 알 것도 같았다.
I felt like I was starting to understand what the strange feeling I often got from Damien was. Oh, that's what VODs are for. Anyway, thanks for stopping by. Enjoy the rest of your day. Yeah, I'll read. There's a lot of reading in this already.
어째서 그 아이는 항상 발걸음 소리가 나지 않았던 걸까?
I always found it weird how I never heard his footsteps.
왜 모든 건 고독하고 조용하게 어디에도 속하지 않은 듯 고요하게 다가오는 걸까?
Why does everything arrive in desolate silence as if it belongs to no world at all?
가족의 죽음도 악의 세계도
The loss of my family, the world of evil, and all this despair.
그리고
And you too.
너
두렵니, 싱클레어?
Are you scared, Sinclair?
그는 내게 말했다.
He spoke to me.
모든 것을 관통하여 보고 있다는 듯이, 그리고 그 모든 것이 예정된 수순에 지나지 않는다는 듯이.
He had the eyes of a person who saw through everything, and the attitude of someone who predicted this series of events. He's Sinner 10, isn't he? Sinclair is Damien and Sinclair, two people. That's why Sinclair is Sinners 10 and 11. And also, I guess, I'm getting real strong Kaworu vibes from this guy. Like, Evangelion Kaworu. Like, very strong vibes of that from here. Maybe that's where it came from originally in Evangelion.
심지어 그는 알고 있는 듯이 대답을 기다리지 않고 말했다.
He didn't even wait for me to reply, like he knew what I was going to say.
언젠가 전부 깨버린 채 박차가 오를 날이 오겠지.
One day you'll break it all together and soar.
나는 전부 끄집어내진 널 보고 싶어.
And I wish to see you completely bare.
입 밖으로 꺼내지 못하고 있던 나의 속대답이 어떨 것이라는 걸.
He responded as if he already knew the answer I was hesitating on.
그러나 그의 말은 온기가 가득한 듯하면서도
Although his words seemed to radiate warmth,
제대로 익지 않은 칠면조에 차가운 내부를 씹는 것만 같은 서늘한 기분이 들어.
I felt a certain chill, like biting into the cold insides of a half-cooked turkey.
나는 다시 한번 정신을 잃을 수밖에 없었다.
I couldn't help but fall unconscious again.
하룬, 기다리는 거 못해. 100초만 기다려줄게.
예측대로.
Oh, that was risky. I completely forgot to check if I had,
배워냈어요.
대성공이야.
94 damage on that!
노래 부를까?
God, look at that damage output!
기회 아니야?
No, that's not what I want to do.
전투에 임하겠습니다.
빈틈 투성이로군. 배워냈어요.
적들이 흔들흔들. 기회 아냐?
망설임이 없도록.
빈틈 투성이로군.
쨍그랑. 부위가 조각났어. 계속해도 돼.
씹는 맛이 있는데?
Yep, okay, one more to go. Actually, this is a Nabno fight, so I might as well do that.
이번에는 누굴 베어버리면 되는 거야?
This is so long. Boy, am I glad I didn't do this yesterday. Oh, 3 of these. Cool. All of them are doing defense dice.
깡총.
예측대로.
쨍그랑. 적들이 흔들흔들. 기회 아냐?
깡총.
Just keep focusing down.
다음번에는 뵐 수 있겠죠?
적들이 흔들흔들. 기회 아냐?
배는 맛은 있는 편이 좋은데.
대성공이야. 칼은 신나. 노래 부를까?
Nice.
적들이 흔들흔들. 기회 아냐?
깡총.
Nice. That just leaves you.
적들이 흔들흔들.
망설임이
기회
없도록.
아냐?
날 뛰어보라고.
Awkward. Okay.
흔들흔들.
거치적거리지만 마.
아냐?
Out of ammo. Okay, that's not good, but fine, whatever.
적들이 흔들흔들.
배는 맛은 있는 편이 좋은데.
쓰러졌고.
There we go. Problem solved. Easy. And now we get to the final confrontation with, whatever his name is. Hill of Corpses.
싱싱한 풀이 보이네.
어땠어, 싱클레어? 네 마음속에 나 있는 길에서 정답은 찾을 수 있었니?
Well, Sinclair, were you able to find an answer in your heart's path?
그놈아.
눈 그렇게 뜨지 마.
Don't give me that look.
아직 때가 되지도 않았는데
It's not even time yet.
널 죽여보고 싶잖아.
You're making me want to kill you.
아니야, 참아야지. 당장의 재미보다는 더 중요한 일이 있으니까.
No, I should abstain. I can't let immediate entertainment distract me from the more important things.
싱클레어, 공명하기 시작한 황금가지를 회수하려면
Sinclair, the only way to retrieve a golden bow that's begun to resonate is...
알아요.
I know.
황금가지가 아니었어도
Even if it weren't for our mission.
저 개새끼는 제가 찢어 마실 거예요.
I'd still tear that bitch to pieces and drink up her remains.
싱클레어, 언제부터 그런 말을 배운 거야? 너 같지 않아 보여서 우습잖아.
Oh, Sinclair, when did you learn to act so tough? That's not like you at all. What a riot.
그래도 뭐 친구들도 많이 생긴 것 같고.
Still, well, I guess you've made some friends since then.
이번에는 도망치지 않을 거지?
You won't run away this time, will you? Alright, what are we dealing with this time around? What do we got?
카론, 기다리는 거 못해. 100초만 기다려줄게.
688 health. One rounder. Inflicts nails. On hit, inflicts 6 bleed. Nails. Nails. Sinclair's determination to stand to Cromer. Courage to triumph fear. Turn start. Gain 1 attack, power up, and 2 protection. Oh, this counts as an abnormality style fight?
거치적거리지만 마.
Oh wow, she's taking no damage.
카론, 기다리는 거 못해. 100초만 기다려줄게.
Okay, on hit, inflict 6 bleed. Gaze into the target for the next turn. Take 10%. And if I see mark, heals 10 SP. The allies from N-Core also apply 1 fanatic. Wow, a lot of conditions unmet. Collected more of a sign. Sinclair gains 1 attack and 2 protection every turn. At the start of the turn, the unbroken part has bleed or burn, heal 50% max HP, and gain 3 attack up. Oh, wow, okay. Yeah, Millie is playing, that is true. It's a bad sign. Also, hi, Blank, how are you doing? Oh, right, story. I really don't feel like writing logs, but I really have to. I haven't fought Chrome before, seen how N-Core's troops fight. From what I could tell, she probably knows how to use a sword. She always carried one with her. As for her looks, not too different from what I remember, except a little taller. And that disorienting laughter. Can I stop here? None of this helps. Alright, nothing noted in resistances. Just very lot of health. Lot of health. That's all I got.
거치적거리지만 마.
Oh, come on. Ah, at least I hit something.
카론, 기다리는 거 못해. 100초만 기다려줄게.
Yeah. Wow, really? Really?
망설임이 없도록.
Oh, come on! and grippy.
카론, 기다리는
Wow,
거
I'd
어떡해?
like to be able to roll.
1초만 기다려줄게.
거치적거리지만 마.
Are you serious? Wow. Amazing. Well, at least I got something out of her.
카론, 기다리는 거 못해. 100초만 기다려줄게.
Stagger for this turn. Take 100% damage from Cromer. Ah, lovely. Hopeless, you say? Sounds like a good time to stable overclock.
망설임이 없도록.
Oh my god, no! Oh, I forgot to check who's going!
그래서 카론이 안전.
God damn it, Ishmael!
전투에 임하겠습니다.
There, at least staggered.
적들이 내려온들 기회 아니야?
Okay, no, she's not doing anything. Good, we're fine.
지적거리지만 마. 예측대로.
Okay, what happens next? Okay, what now? The sinners were fatigued and damaged, some already dead. Thankfully, none! As opposed to us, Cromer still stands triumphantly. She reaches for the inside of Sinclair's coat in what seems like a declaration of his fate.
자, 때가 됐어, 싱클레어.
Now then, it's time, Sinclair.
두 번째 동전. 마지막 기회를 가져갈게.
I'll be taking the second coin, your last chance.
나한테 왜 그러는 거야?
Why are you doing this to me?
왜?
Why
하필?
me?
싱클레어, 내가 왜 지하실 열쇠를 순순히 돌려줬는지 알아?
Sinclair, do you want to know why I gave you back the basement key when you asked?
그건 말이지. 이미 이곳을 발견했기 때문도 열쇠를 복사했기 때문도 아니야.
Listen close. It's not because I'd made my discovery or baked a copy of it.
네가 나의 열쇠였기 때문이야.
It's because you were my key.
나는 말이지. 벌어질 수많은 미래를 들여다보는 방법을 알고 있어.
You see, I happen to know of a way to take a peek at the futures that might come true.
그 중에 너와 내가 함께 온 둥지를 돌아다니면서 곳곳에 퍼져있는 모든 이단을 썰어버리고 다니는 미래도 보았지.
I saw one among them where you and I traveled from nest to nest, slaughtering heretics together all around the city. Okay, not gonna lie, he looks pretty sick like this though. She's just having a good time. She's just having a great old time over there, which is with the holding up what appears to be someone's heart.
역겨운 이단의 신체 슬하에서 성장한 너지만
Even though you were raised by heretics bearing revolting metal bodies.
그들이 역겹다고 느낄 수 있는 너였으니까 말이야.
Part of you still felt disgusted by them. Funny, isn't it?
너는 그 할버드로 이단들의 머리를 꿰뚫고.
You would stab them in the head with your halberd.
거짓말하지 마.
Don't you lie to me.
나는 망치로 머리통을 신나게 박살내고.
Well, I smashed their heads with a hammer.
하지 마.
Stop it.
그 세계의 너는 정말이지. 누구보다 자유롭고 초월한 듯 보였어.
Yeah, right? And I know for a fact they won't give him an N-Core identity because that would kind of like be against the whole point of it. Like, they're not going to give him an M-Core identity as a thing because that would just like completely fly in the face of literally the entire point of his story right here. If they did, then I don't know what they're thinking. Or if they do in the future, I should say. But, yeah, no. I'm saying it'd be cool, but they really shouldn't. In that world, you look like the freest person in the universe, transcending everything.
아니야.
No.
거짓말이야.
You're lying. Also, parallel timeline in the future. Clearly not what's happening right now, Sinclair. Calm yourself.
거짓말인지 아닌지는.
Whether I'm lying or not. Cromer suddenly cracked a wry laugh and stopped moving. The golden bow. The golden bow on the altar resonated with her cackle and began to glow brighter. Then,
시작됐어. 드디어 나의 최종적인 원망이 이루어지는 시간이야.
yeah, I mean, another N-Core identity possibly, but I don't feel like it'd be Sinclair because that's just like, that's a whole story thing, right? Like, they're all supposed to be alternate universes, but not story-related alternate universes. That's the first alternate universe that's actually referenced directly in the story. It's begun at last. My final grudge will be fulfilled. A mass of flesh engulfs her lower half. From the hideous organic growth, bundles of ambiguous appendages stretch outward in countless numbers. As if desire and madness were made manifest. I think I was spoiled on this by the Mirror Dungeon.
싱클레어.
Come, Sinclair.
나를 찢어 마셔봐.
Rip me up and chew me down. That's right, I am standing on a mountain of bodies, aren't I?
할 수 있다면.
If you can, that is.
늦으면 내
Ew.
피가 먼저 갈 거야.
Cromer, the dreamer of human wholeness. Big damage, bind and paralyze. Conditions unmet. Got some Millie.
전투에 임하겠습니다. 끝이.
카론, 기다리는 거 못.
Oh, he's healing.
100초만 기다려줄게.
I like how the lyrics are in the background as per usual.
망설임이 없도록.
Real Millie moment. Ah, we got it.
늦으면 내 피랑 먼저 갈 거야.
This one's clashing. This one needs to clash. There we go. And the most important thing is, I've got a gun! Well, I also have a gun here, which I really shouldn't be using.
전투에 임하겠습니다.
Okay, let's go, Mind Whip. Come on, hit somebody who needs it for once. That's some good damage.
적들이 흔들흔들. 기회 아니야?
깡총!
정신이 물러 터졌군요. 검을 덜 갈았어.
Nice! Oh, come on.
적들이 흔들흔들. 기회 아니야?
깡총!
빈틈 투성이로군. 끝이 검을 덜 갈았어.
Left arm is gone.
부위가 조각났어. 계속해도 돼.
Cromer is breathing heavily. Perhaps it's a side effect of the transformation. Her posture is unstable and her eyes are looking elsewhere. With her focus disrupted, we might be able to land a critical strike. Who will seize that opportunity? Threshold is 15. Yeah, this should do it. As long as I don't roll like garbage again. Yeah! Ishmael circled around Cromer's fleshy mass to disorient her. Soon enough, she let her guard down. Ishmael didn't miss this chance to deliver a devastating blow. Seemed pretty effective. A deep, indelible wound was left on Cromer's body. Could this be it? Cromer, the dreamer of human wholeness, got staggered.
완수했어요.
적들이 흔들흔들. 기회 아니야?
Actually, you know what? I probably won't even hit the ego, but whatever. Let's see. And ego activated.
또한 산재물이 되어라.
Of course, the cutscene loss. The fleshy hill exuded potent acid, melting Sinclair's legs. All the other sinners were being dissolved by the caustic secretion, too. Is this, no, it's not quite Mountain of Smiling Bodies. I mean, it might be an aberration. It might also just be like a literal pile of bodies. Like, that's also a possibility. He trips and hits the ground. No, perhaps I should say he was thrown off his feet. In spite of that, he still crawls toward Cromer.
그래, 그거야. 고통스럽지, 증오스럽지. 전부 받아들여. 남기지 말고 모조리.
Yes, that's it. It hurts, doesn't it? You're filled with rage, aren't you? Accept it all. Welcome it with open arms.
나를 봐. 가장 순수한 인간에 가까운 이 모습을. 이 육체와 살기를. 너희들 누구 하나도 범접 못할 순수함을 강력함을.
Watch my glorious body closer to the highest, purest form of humanity than ever before. This sheer unmatched strength of purity.
싱클레어, 너 지금 너무 인간답다. 너도 나처럼 될 수 있는 거야.
Oh, Sinclair, look at how human you are. You can become like me too. Oh, you're...
싱클레어, 사실은 무서웠지. 가족도 잃고 모르는 사람들이랑 버스를 타고 돌아다니면서 하고 싶지 않은 일을 억지로 하고.
Sinclair, you were scared all along, weren't you? You lost your family and you had to ride a bus with these strangers, forced to do things you didn't want.
사실 네가 있을 곳은 여기가 아니라는 마음이 들었지.
You knew in your heart that you didn't belong there, right?
도망치고 싶었지. 다 그만두고 싶었지. 그렇지.
Didn't you want to run? Didn't you want to quit it all? Am I wrong?
반드시
I swear I...
함께하자. 싱클레어, 피하지 말고 받아들여. 나의 원망을 완성시켜줘.
Should I? Hold on, I don't know if I have a voice thing for this. I'm not going to do it. Join me, Sinclair. Don't avoid this. Embrace it. Complete my grudge. The arm Sinclair was using to hold his weapon was growing limp by the second. He nevertheless continues in Cromer's direction.
고통을 받아들여야 해. 우린 고통마저도 초월한 순간에야 다시 태어날 수 있어.
You must accept the pain. Only when we have transcended suffering itself can we be reborn.
살점을 채우고 피를 쏟고 가장 인간다운 것을 매 순간 늘려가면서
Bloat the flesh, spill the blood, adding on the most human things each second.
만인의 도시에 존재하는 불순물이 걸러진 가장 순수한 세상으로.
To the purest world where the impurities plaguing the city of all folks have been filtered out.
엄마, 아빠, 누나.
Mama, Papa, Sis. Sinclair vacantly mutters, looking at the faces of his now dead fellow sinners. I couldn't leave him like this. Sinclair, listen to me. I'm embarrassed that it took me so long to take action, but it was better late than never. Act like the manager I am. I know you think a lot. I know there's a lot going on in your head that you can't share with others. That's how he was. Worried that he might be a burden, he constantly puts his mind through doubts and ruminations, most of which he never let on about. He's chewed up many a thought in the form of guilt.
가족들은 나 때문에 죽었어.
My family died because of me.
말해서는 안 되는 것.
I said stuff
말해버렸어.
I really shouldn't have.
그래, 모두 네 잘못이야. 그러니까 받아들여. 그래야 완전하게 거듭날 수 있어.
I like how you can't even see the top of the head there. Exactly, it's all your fault, so embrace it. That's the way to become fully reborn.
나를 따라와. 내 손에 쥐어주는 거야.
Follow me and rest in my grip. Don't listen to her. You have to see, look at her, observe her carefully. Alas, my voice didn't seem to reach him. Sinclair's weapon leaves his hand and lands on the ground. His advance for Cromer has stopped. Yep, looks like this is the end for us. I can feel my body melting into the mound. I knew I'd die trying to play the proper manager sooner or later. But, Sinclair, I have to tell him more. I have to tell him that Cromer's spewing a heap of lies, threats, and hypocrisy, and exaggeration. Every nerve in my body is screaming that I shouldn't give up on him. I can feel the burning pain in my melting body. Look closely, Sinclair! Not with your eyes, but with your heart! I screech at Sinclair. Only then will you see what matters most.
그래야만 가장 중요한 것이 보일 테니까.
Only then will you see what matters most. In that moment, someone quietly appeared.
가장 중요한 것을 볼 수 있다면
And when you can see the things that matter most,
얕은 겁박이나 속임수로 네 자신을 죽이지 않아도 될 거야.
you won't have to stifle yourself with shallow threats or cheap tricks.
그렇지, 싱클레어?
Isn't that right, Sinclair? Oh god, his legs are gone. He moved with grace and airiness as though he floated in the air. He seemed lighter than anyone else, unbound by anything. Contrary to his impression of freedom from all worldly longings, an oppressive air seemed to accompany every step he took. And with just a wave of his right arm... Rip. Wait a second, I know that ego. That's, is that the blue star? Cromer's upper body vanished in a clean cut.
데미안.
데미안.
네가 스스로 운명을 바꾸었구나, 싱클레어.
You've changed your own fate, Sinclair. Oh yeah, he's got the mark on his head.
너는 아직 겁쟁이도 아니고 영웅도 아니야. 두려움 역시 완전히 놓진 못한 것 같네.
Yeah, it's definitely got the sound of it, I think, and he's got a blue star right there too. Like he's got the gem. He's got a blue star theming going on here. Right now, you're neither a coward nor a hero, but you've still yet to let go of your fears completely.
그때도 말했지? 누군가를 두려워하는 건
I've said it before, haven't I? When you fear someone,
그 누군가에게 자신을 지배할 힘을 내주었기 때문이라고.
that's because you gave them the power to have control over you.
맞아.
That's right.
그리고 나는 다른 사람이 너를 길들이는 게 싫어.
And I don't want anyone else to domineer over you.
그래서 저 크로머를 사라지게 했어.
Which is why I got rid of that Cromer. The man referred to as Demian then started to walk. He took airy steps as though he were embarking on a light trip.
세상은 곧 새로운 탄생을 향해 갈 거야. 그리고 그곳에는 아주 소수의 사람만이 갈 수 있어.
Ah, he's got the mark! The world is about to head for a new birth, and only a few individuals can get there.
싱클레어, 너도 그중 하나야.
Sinclair, you're one of them. Sinclair fainted before he could answer. Damian slowly made his way over to me.
크로머는 옛날 옛적에 사람들이 믿었다던 신님이 되려고 했어. 싱클레어는 그 걸음이 될 뻔했고.
Cromer attempted to become a god, like those which people of the past were said to believe in. Sinclair almost became her stepping stone.
하지만 알은 혼자서 깨야 하는 거야.
In the end, though, one has to break an egg on their own.
크로머는 꽤 노력했어. 싱클레어가 첫 번째 동전을 잃을 때와 똑같은 상황을 만들려고 이런저런 수도 쓰고 말이야.
Cromer put in quite a bit of effort doing this and that to create a throwback to the time when Sinclair lost his first coin.
크리스마스까지는 시간이 많이 남았는데.
Irregardless of the fact that Christmas is still a while away.
결국 자기들이 그렇게 싫어하던 가짜를 꾸미고 있었다는 건 아이러니야, 그치?
It's ironic that they resorted to creating false imagery, something they loathe so deeply. Don't you think so? What are you talking about? Who are you?
반가워, 단테.
A pleasure to meet you, Dante.
당신이 잠깐 동안 싱클레어를 길들여줄 어른이구나.
So you're the adult who will condition Sinclair at the moment.
내가 누구인지
As for who I am,
무슨 말을 하고 있었는지는 때가 되면 알 수 있을 거야.
and for what I was talking about, you'll see in due time. What?
싱클레어가 마음의 힘을 굳게 믿고 날아올라서
When Sinclair takes flight with unshakable faith in the power of the heart.
아름다운 별과 하나가 될 날이 올 때.
Right, when he becomes one with beautiful stars.
그때 나는 다시 돌아올 거야.
That is when I'll return.
그날까지 싱클레어를 잘 부탁해, 단테.
Take good care, Sinclair, until then. Dante? You can hear me?
나는 모든 지적임을 들을 수 있어, 단테. 당연히 당신의 목소리도 들릴 수밖에.
I can hear all sorts of chirps and trills, Dante. It's only natural that I can hear your voice.
언제나 그렇듯이
As always.
가장 중요한 건 눈에 보이지도 귀에 들리지도 않으니까 말이야.
What matters most is something you can't see or hear. The boy with the blue scarf vanished without notice. After that, the mounds began to melt away. They dissolve into mixtures of flesh and mud. With them gone, a single golden bow appeared before me, spreading its warm light. Sinclair's world was gradually melting with the hills. I excruciatingly dragged what's left of my upper body across the floor to reach Sinclair. He was still breathing. And so was I. I figured I should still be able to turn the clock. Thus, that means I'm still their manager. I should act like one. Plus, as I learned in my dying moments, I have to strive to become a more sensible manager. With all that, I need to tell him. It might have been your fault, Sinclair. But that's okay, really. It's one small mistake, one anyone could make. Don't beat yourself up so much about it. I pat him on the back with my half-melted right arm. Sinclair doesn't reply. To be truthful, trying to identify someone to blame all this on would be a never-ending endeavor. From each of us going and carrying our sins onto the bus, to my loss of head and memory, accompanied by an involuntary appointment as the executive manager. At the root of all this, I might find no one but myself to blame. Staying bound by that fact, though, will only keep us from taking our next steps.
발견했습니다.
We found him! I can hear multiple footsteps approaching our horribly incapacitated team. Virgilius must have figured we'd get into a mess and called the after team to scoop us out off the ground.
이자인 것 같습니다. 지금 주입합니까?
This looks like the individual we seek. Do I inject it now?
다른 자들은 이자만 생존해 있다면 살아날 수 있다. 이자의 신체를 수복하는데 전부 쓰도록 한다.
The others can be revived as long as this one lives. Focus all resources on restoring their body. I felt a jab in my shoulder, and then a strange sensation enveloped the parts of my body that had melted off.
그분이 지원해 주신 HP 앰플은 3개입니다. 전부 주입합니까?
We provide 3 HP ampoules. Do I use all 3 on them?
재생 경과를 지켜보다. 필요하다고 생각되면 사용하도록.
Keep an eye on the regeneration process and use them at your discretion.
버스 녀석들. 하여간 특색 하나 잘 만나서 호강을 누리네. K사에도 인맥이 있고 말이야.
Lucky strap hangers. They're rolling in luxury thanks to having a color on their team, one with a friend in K-Corps at that too.
을 확인했습니다.
The voices around me start to fade. Sinclair's bawling lamentation dimly rings through the emptiness. Our third mission marked its sober end in dismal defeat. I don't know, you got the bow, didn't you? Yeah, you got the bow. Even though we recovered the golden bow, we lost. On the other hand, the bus was more vibrant than usual, possibly out of everyone's attempts to disregard the depressing outcome.
닭꼬치 개수는 인원수에 딱 맞게 사왔으니까 모자란다는 소리가 들리면 범인 색출은 알아서 하도록.
I bought enough chicken kebabs for all of you to have one. So if anyone didn't get theirs, go and put your detective caps on by yourselves.
우와, 신기하게 생겼네요. 왜 닭을 꼬치에 꽂는 건가요?
Wow, such curious cuisine. What's the intention of skewering chicken meat with a stick?
내가 살던 곳에서도 이런 음식을 본 것 같소.
I may be familiar with this kind of dish. A cucci of the dark variety.
달콤한 냄새. 메피가 좋아하는 냄새.
Sweet smell, the kind Mephi likes. Stimulated, Charon revved the engine. Charon was humming another familiar tune. I could recognize the song this time.
카론, 아직 크리스마스는 한참 멀었다고.
Charon, isn't Christmas still a long ways off?
카론의 흥을 깨지 마, 벌레 양반.
Don't put a damper on Charon's fun, bug guy.
카론이 크리스마스 같이 느꼈다면 그런 거야.
If Charon feels like it's Christmas, then that's that.
벌레? 아니, 기껏 카론이라고 불렀더니.
But come on, I called you by your name for once.
뭐 그러면 그래도 기사 양반이라고 부르든가. 왜 당하고만 살고 그래?
Well, why don't you sell the score by giving her a bus girly then? You know, tit for tat and all that. Virgilius was watching the scene unfold, leaving his food to cool and hardly taking a bite even though he was the one who bought it all. Perhaps he's gone quiet because of Charon's song. It does come to mind that he said she was going through a tunnel. And then, I turned my gaze to Sinclair, who was awkwardly laughing amongst the other sinners. If we're going through a long tunnel, then what we do is wait for the morning to arrive, right?
뭐라는 거야, 단테? 이상한 소리 나고. 자, 단테도 닭꼬치. 아.
What was that about, Dante? Drop the goofy poetry and have a kebab. Come on, say ah.
관리자께서는 입이 없다.
Our manager has no mouth.
관리자님은 말 한마디 없이도 우리를 휘어잡을 놀라운 인재시니까 없는 것이다. 알아두도록.
The executive manager has no need for a mouth as they're perfectly capable of commanding us without a word. Do keep that in mind. Thanks, Otis.
아니, 그렇게 덮어놓고 딸랑거리면 안 지쳐요, 오티스?
Golly, don't you ever get tired of licking their boots so clean, Otis?
야, 이거 더 없냐?
Oh, got more to strand. It's peak. Get some cheeky Nando's next.
이봐, 벌양. 라이터 줘.
Hey, BG, give me a light.
줄여 말하면 내가 모를 것 같았어.
Thought I wouldn't know what that's short for. I thought about giving a speech to the sinners about how this fruitful yet unsuccessful mission changed my mindset. But I soon shelved the idea. I told Sinclair to not let a failure of the moment bind him, after all. Instead, I resolved to make up for this less than ideal outcome on our next mission.
아니, 베르길리우스님.
May I have that attention, Sir Virgilius?
What?
본인은 주의받은 대로 행동했다고 생각하네만.
I do believe I've acted with sufficient caution as you so hath warned.
그러니 저 닭꼬치 하나 먹어도 되겠는가?
Thusly, if I may, would you allow me to lay claim upon a skewer?
그러던지.
Go right ahead.
As Don Quixote's excited jubilation adds a layer of vigor to the already lively bus. The message I couldn't speak, but what I'm sure has been conveyed in one way or another, spreads between us. And so the morning came. Yay, ending credit scene!
그림자를 쫓던 나날들 남은 건 허망한 기억 불길이 나를 태운 것처럼 내 손엔 잿빛 먼지뿐 쉼없이 달려왔던 나를 죄어오던 시간들 이조차 그리워질까 먼 날 언젠가는 돌이켜볼 기억 속에 미소 질 수 있기를
Figure I might as well move it out of the way of the lyrics. Alright. Well, that was a, I like how Faust actually has a napkin back there. Oh, and Ryoshu's like reheating hers with a lighter. So Yisang is just like hanging out there. That's Yisang, right? Yeah, it is. Oh, he's squirting. Yeah, Heathcliff's just having a great time with there. Marcel's squirting like ketchup onto it and all over the seat. Oh, look at Charon. Look at Karen just showing down. Yeah, it's just I really do appreciate how each of these are always like just full of character doing stuff. And also, this is like the first time we actually get to see Merceau as like a character. Like up until this point, he's basically not existed. And now we know what his character is. He's Dumb Idiot Robot Man. That's who he is. He is a dumb idiot robot. I wish they didn't do that. I wish they just went directly forward. Oh, no, wait. Okay, there's nothing after this, right? That was the I think I can skip now, right? Yeah, I'm probably good to skip.
근육이 신나서 날뛰는 건
Hooray!
해치울 거 없어? 난 이제 시작인데.
Yay, did it.
관리자님은
And now I can finally go on the refraction railway. Apparently that's awful. Okay, we got an hour. Yeah, chapter 3 finished. Woo!
관리자님은
So now I can go on the refraction railway and I'm all set for... How do I get on this anyway? Lines of refraction railway run for a certain period of time. You can enter the available lines at no cost. Running line is displayed on the side. Choose a number of identities and ego to begin the expedition with. Unlike other combat-based expedition content, level ups and tier ups done to your identity's ego while on expedition and progress will not be immediately reflected in your team status. Oh yeah, gotta do that. You may not change your team in the middle of an expedition. If you wish to modify your setup, reflect upgrades. I'm starting a new expedition. Each line of the refraction wheel consists of 13 stages. Every battle will allow you to directly match ally skills against enemy skills, similar to abnormality battles. Ego resources held after clearing a stage can be carried over. When you clear a stage, the station will record the number of turns taken to beat it, clear turns, as well as number of turns taken throughout the current expedition, total turns. Health standing availability is shown there. You can check the requirements for requiring banners here. Okay, clear 13, under 120 before the time. Lost things will be found. After clearing the stage in the line first time during the event, peers will send to Lost and Found. After clearing a stage in the line for the first time during the event, send Lost and Found. Gain access to Lost and Found require Enkephalon modules will be required. You may freely access it and claim the rewards you've earned at no additional cost. Upon clearing the final stage, the records of the expedition will be saved. Records of up to 20 expeditions are kept in logs. If more than 20 records in the log, ones with the highest total turns will be removed first. Total turns are the same, the death count acts as the next criterion. Then the oldest. Health and sanity students will carry over between stages. However, after clearing a stage, those who do not participate in the battle will fully recover their HP and SP when entering the next stage. Any settings above 0 will be maintained in either case. During an expedition, you can choose to start from any previous stage. When you do, the battle will start with the zero status and ego resource revert to that point, and any progress made for the stage after will be reset. When a line closes, the best total turn will be etched in the lower section of the banner. Okay. Okay, this goes until next month on the 3rd. So I've got a while. Alright, let's just...
단테, 이번에는 누굴 배워보는
I'm just going to give this a shot, like one round of this a shot before I continue on this.
예리한 검으로 하는 예술이 보고 싶었나?
This needs to be a level 32. That's rough.
늦으면 메피랑 먼저 갈 거야.
What's all this? Okay, where's this one? I really wish these were easier to read.
배는 맛은 있는 편이 좋은데.
예측대로고.
Nice rolls. Wow, fantastic. Are you serious? Bruh!
카론, 기다리는 거 못해. 100초만 기다려줄게.
Oh, this is a two-way fight on top of it.
직접 나서지.
Oh, these guys have a lot of health. Wow.
다음번에는 뵐 수 있겠죠?
적들이 흔들흔들. 기회 아니야?
배는 맛은 있는 편이 좋은데.
Yeah, it really doesn't. What, nobody was blocking that one? Like, this is the kind of thing you actually you want to optimize for in order to make sure you got all the stuff for it.
배워냈어요.
적들이 흔들흔들. 기회 아니야?
거치적거리지만 마.
Gotcha.
끝이.
내 피가 배고파했어. 잘됐다. 그치?
거치적거리지만 마.
배웠어요.
적들이 흔들흔들.
It's already turned 6.
망설임이 없도록.
You have so much health.
늦으면 내 피랑 먼저 갈 거야.
Yeah, I don't doubt that. It's just like I unfortunately don't have the stuff I need to optimize properly because I don't have all the characters and all of them leveled up to max, so I can say like, oh, this is actually the best one to use here. Really?
적들이 흔들흔들. 기회 아니야?
거치적거리지만 마.
Got so much health. It's got so much health.
100초만 기다려줄게.
배는 맛은 있는 편이 좋은데.
Jeez, I can't kill this guy. He's got so much health.
배는 맛은 있는 편이 좋은데.
Jeez.
배워냈어요.
Okay, now we finally get to phase
늦으면
2.
내피랑 먼저 갈 거야.
It's weird. Why am I not... What? Why am I being forced to match against that guy? Oh yeah, I didn't notice any of that, but that doesn't surprise me.
거치적거리지만 마.
On the bright side, no, they're all normal against Slash, actually.
끝이.
Endure against that. Okay, well that guy's dead at least. That's one down.
기회 아니야?
What do I need for teleport? Envy. Okay.
거치적거리지만 마.
날 뛰어보라고.
I think so, yeah.
적들이 흔들흔들. 기회 아니야?
Like if you do the corrosion thing, I'm pretty sure what that does is it basically does the corrosion version. You know, the one where like if you corrode the ego too much, it does like an uncontrollable one. Actually, I can just click on you, can't I?
그런 계획이라도 생각난 거야?
So if I go to teleport, right? If you go to corrosion, you do this where it's indiscriminate AoE, does all that stuff. If you do the overclock, I think it does this, but without indiscriminate, so you can actually target.
거치적거리지만 마.
What was that?
적들이 흔들흔들. 기회 아니야?
거치적거리지만 마. 예측대로군. 빈틈 투성이로군. 배워냈어요.
적들이 흔들흔들. 기회.
She's 15 turns on this.
쓰러졌고.
15 turns on that fight. Christ. Yeah, you need like... You need some strats going into this. I got some training tickets out of that. Deck extraction ticket, identity, deck extraction, then guaranteed 3-star extraction. Well, I'll have to work on this, definitely. Do I even have 25 modules? How do I get out of here? There we go.
관리자님은 점심을 누구랑 드시나요?
Alright. Well,
저는 보통 혼자 먹어요. 그게 편하더라고요.
I do not, in fact, have enough modules, so I'm just gonna get a couple more going here. But you know what? It's time for this. Come on, baby! Mama needs a new grip! Ooh! What do we get? We got 2 reds and a gold. What do we got? Are you kidding me? How? Well, you know what? No, I can't afford that yet.
관리자님은 점심을 누구랑 드시나요? 저는 보통
Okay, you know what? I'm going for one more. Going for one more of these. Okay, we're going for one more. It's probably not going to get anything, but we're going for one more. And oh! Woo! Here we go. Yeah, okay. Here we go. 4 reds. 4 reds and a yellow. You quiet down, Hermit Gamer. Also, how you doing? Technically, I already fell a little bit ago, but I got a yellow. So come on, baby. Come on. Yeah! Woo! Yahoo! W done! Woo! Also, hi Signito, how you doing? I just got a really good one. I got a good pull from my gacha. Let's see, what else did I get? I got Otis, Sinclair, and Heathcliff. But yeah, baby! Oh yeah, that's true. I do have the telepole. Okay, well, first off, we are just gonna... How many things do I have? I have enough. We're just up tying that all the way up.
나도 드디어 중요한 일을 맡게 되는 것이오.
Wait, are those the puppets? Those are the puppets. I'm doing all right. How about yourself, Nita? It's been a minute. Colega por encima, a question I do have. Go on. I have heard tell that warp trains take roundabout paths across the outskirts so as to prevent crashes during high-speed travel. Are these tales correct? They are not. Ah, cool. Tekken's one of those... Are you getting prepped for Tekken 8 then? They are not. I see. Permit me another. Is it a verity that first-class passengers are provided with an aperitif from the vacuum cellar in 17-dimensional warp space? They are not. Well, can I say I had a feeling that such frivolous chronicles would be untrue? Then, about our fellow agents. Miss Don Quixote was your name, correct? Verily so. Why don't you take a seat? You'll be able to see the train with your own eyes in no time. What ho! I shall do as such! Little did this child know. There was a reason her senior colleague cut short her questioning spree. There was a reason her answers were so short and simple. After that, it wasn't long until the child learned the real truth. I won't stop you from having fantasies, Miss Don Quixote. This is... Just please keep in mind that reality may not quite align with them. Brought face to face with what lie within the newly arrived train, the child sat in place, her face filled with disconcernment and disgust. Of course, anyone would react like that. Those carriages, learning the truth behind them does that. Love Town. Oops. Wow, does it actually take that many? Whew. Yeah. Oh, right. I forgot. Nice.
관리자님은 점심을 누구랑 드시나요?
All right. Anyway, that takes care of everything I had to do today. So
혼자 먹어요.
I will come back to this when. I guess I should also look at getting W Core Faust going, since I also have Faust Telepole. And also, if I ever get something for Merceau, I literally have nothing for him. I at least have something for these two, even if it's not much, but I have nothing for him. I have all these egos, though. Yeah, but, yeah, I thankfully already have Faust Telepole, so I just need to actually level up W Core Faust if I really want to. Which I'll wait on, because I may also get Grippy Faust, in which case I just won't do that for a little bit longer. Look at all these folks, though. Look at all these. Look at all this. Alright, let me do one other thing, too. Ooh, that is good. Alright, anyway, that's where I'm going to leave that. Took care of pretty much everything I needed to do today. I'm going to be grinding the Refraction Railway on my off time, because I need to take care of that nonsense. And I'll just be like, leveling stuff up in the background as well. But yeah, thanks for stopping by. Enjoy the rest of your day, night, evening, what have you. I will be back tomorrow for some Curse Crackers. And yeah. Yeah, see you next time. Also, let's see, is there anyone streaming I can raid real quick? I'll send you over to... looks like this person is doing something deep. Oh, someone actually is fighting Chroma right now, so here, I'll send you over to them. Go say hi. Alright. Not allowed rating. Okay, let's try someone else. Someone else is at the exact same spot. 7 hours ago, Jesus. Here, I'll send you over to this person then. Looks like they're fighting... That's train stuff. Tunguska the Visitation. I'll look into it. Here, I'll send you over to this person who looks like they're doing train stuff. So, go say hi to them. Alright. See ya.